Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We know what it takes to achieve a dream. Dedication, courage, determination, control, desire. And our goal is to channel that energy. To champion the nation's best aquatic athletes, support the teams who support them, inspire anyone and everyone to feel the benefits of a love of water, and propel each sport onwards and upwards, or even downwards, by doing it the right way, sustainably, with integrity, with purpose. Because the thrill of seeing Great Britain being great at aquatic sport is something everyone can get excited about. We are Aquatics GB.
Good evening and welcome back to Pondsforge International Sports Centre for session 15 of our Speedo Aquatics GB Summer Championships, and it's another session of finals to come this evening, so medals, 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 and we are going to see lots of events over the next 3.5 hours or so. This is the schedule then. We've got women's 100 metres backstroke multi-classification, men's 100 metres backstroke multi-classification. We've got finals in the age groups for women's 200 metres freestyle, men's 200 metres breaststroke, women's 200 metres backstroke, multi-classification finals for women's 100 metres breaststroke, men's 100 metres breaststroke, more age group finals for women's 50 metres butterfly, and multi-classification where we see the Paralympics GB swimmers competing for the final time before they go to Paris. That's women's 50 metres breaststroke, men's 50 metres breaststroke, more age group finals with men's 100 metres butterfly, and the last finals tonight will be women's 50 metres backstroke multi-classification. I promise you, medals, 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 and that's exactly what we'll get, and we always take things up a notch when it comes to the finals sessions. It's great to have so many people here supporting the athletes, families getting right behind them. And we hope everybody here can share in some success tonight. That would be fantastic for everyone if we get to celebrate medals with friends and family and coaches and officials and teammates and everybody who helps make the performances possible. And oh yeah, everybody's got their phone out. Well, you should be watching the stream on YouTube and following what's going on here and keeping up to date with all of the action that we are bringing you live here this evening from these Aquatics GB Summer Championships. Once again tonight we have the expert opinions and help of Brodie Williams. Welcome along, Brodie. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good. How are you?
Very good. Brodie, of course, Commonwealth Games champion. Oh, here we are. We've got a camera to wave at you at from tonight. We're looking at the schedule there that we went through, and what are you thinking? What are you looking forward to the most tonight?
Quite looking forward to the women's 200 backstroke. That was one of my main events.
Yep.
But other than that, you know, I'm looking forward to watching Max Morgan in that 200 breast, see if he can back up what he's done so far on the 150. But yeah, it should be an exciting session.
It certainly will. And we are just about ready to get underway then. First event, women's multi-classification 100 metres backstroke. That's Lily Rice, who will be in lane 0. Astrid Carroll in lane 1. for City of Sheffield swim squad. Abby Kane will be in lane 2 for University of Stirling. Georgia Sheffield in lane 3 for Bolton Metro. In lane 4 will be Olivia Newman-Baronius for Maxwell. In lane 5, Poppy Maskill for Alsager. In 6, Alice Ty for Ealing. In lane 7, Ella Letton-Jones, Nofio Gwynedd Performance. In lane 8, Megan Willis, Torfin Dolphins Performance. And in lane 9, Maisie Summers-Newton for Northampton Swimming Club. Before we begin, I'll remind you that for the multi-classification races, we have a point system to decide who wins. And this is the final, so it's the swimmer with the most points who gets the gold medal, then the second most for silver, and then third for bronze. That's how it will work. So we're looking for points at the end. It's not necessarily the first swimmer who touches the wall who will be our gold medalist. And here are the classifications then, and you'll see we've got a spread. If we read from the top, S8 there, S12, S13, S14, and S9 and 6 at the bottom. So lots of different classifications. And if you swim the equivalent time of the world record from about 2 years ago in your event, you get 1,000 points. And then for every second, 100th of a second outside that time, it's a reduction from that 1,000 point mark. We will see some huge swims here. 800 points and above is world class. That's what we're looking for here. So away we go then, 2 lengths of the pool this, 100 metres of backstroke, and in lane 5, out in front there for Alsager is Poppy Maskill, and then in lane 5 coming through strongly in the blue cap, in lane 4 in the blue cap coming through strongly as well, Olivia Newman-Baronius. Both of our swimmers there in lanes 4 and 5 will be off to the Paralympics, and they've been on the training camp in Turkey over the last few days. They only got back in the UK 3 days ago, so they've got the hard work under their belts now. Third of the turn there was Georgia Sheffield, and fourth at the turn Alice Ty. She's going to the Paralympic Games, currently in 4th place there. Fifth at the turn was Abby Kane. I'll remind you that we have got 26 of the 27 strong Paralympics GB team swimming here this week. So in lane 5, Olivia Newman-Baronius is going to be the first to touch the wall, and you'll see she'll get a points tally when she hits the wall. It's 1,009 points for Poppy Maskill, 908 for Olivia Newman-Baronius, 1,099 for Alice Ty. That's fantastic. 741 for Ella Letton-Jones there. And in lane 0, Lily Rice with 671, and still to come in Maisie Summers-Newton in the S6 class. What's her points total? 699. So Olivia Newman-Baronius touched the wall first, 908 points. That's fantastic. That's really brilliant performing with a month to go before we go to the Paralympics. But even higher than that, 908 points is only going to be a bronze medal performance, because Poppy Maskill, 1,009 in second place, and Alice Ty, 1,099. That doesn't mean they are world record times for the class, because the world record does get broken. It gets set in stone every 2 years. But what you need to know is that we had 4 swimmers there. The first 4 swimmers, absolutely brilliant swims, brilliant points totals. 5th and 6th, up in the 740s there. They are really brilliant swims. And we are really having our appetite whetted now with the Paralympics a month away. I think we're looking ahead to some really good performances, some really special achievements in Paris, the way the preparations seem to be going. Well done, everyone, in that final. Now it's the men's multi-classification 100 metres backstroke. Lane 0 is Sam Downey for East Lothian. Lane 1, Dylan Broom for Torfin Dolphins. In 2, Rhys Darby for Nofio Gwynedd. Lane 3, William Ellards, St Felix School. In 4, it's Mark Thompson for Bolton Metro. Lane 5, Louis Lawler, City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Stephen Clegg, Edinburgh University. Lane 7, Nathan McManus for Plymouth Leander. Lane 8 is Kieran Williams for Newquay Cormorants. And lane 9, Akash Das, Oswald Street Otters. The fastest swimmers are in the middle of the pool for these finals. Mark Thompson in lane 4. And he is the fastest qualifier with 59.85 in the heats in the S14 class. You've got 4 S14 swimmers pretty much in the middle of the pool. And once again, we're looking for probably in the S14 class 800 points and above, and for everybody else 750 and above, and that is what we're looking at as real world class swimming, sort of top 10 level in the world, and thinking about finals when we get to Paris. We've got some really fast swimmers in here, really top performers. And here it comes then, the men's multi-classification 100 metres backstroke final. Off we go then, and a good start in lane 5 there for Louis Lawler for City of Glasgow in the blue cap, and then 4 lanes from the top of the picture, Stephen Clegg for Edinburgh University. And it's Stephen Clegg actually who's out in front here, swimming in the S12 classification. 4 swimmers then breaking away in the middle of the pool, all of them on their way to the Paralympics. They're all on the team. That's Mark Thompson in 4, who turned first, Stephen Clegg in 6, who turned second, Louis Lawler in lane 5, who was third at the turn, and William Ellard in lane 3, fourth at the turn. And here we go then, winding it up into the last 25 metres. In the middle of the pool then, we've got 3 S14 swimmers in 5, 4 and 3, and Stephen Clegg in 6 is in the S12 classification. It's going to be a race now to the finish between Clegg in 6 and Thompson in 4. Thompson's going to get there first. He went under 60 seconds in the heats, and it's 59.53. He's equalled his PB there, 59.53, and that's an equal British record for the S14 class. Well done there, Mark Thompson, 872 points. But Stephen Clegg in lane 6, 1:00.14. That's a PB, and it's worth 993 points, which means Stephen Clegg wins that multi-classification final. And we say 800 points and above is world class. 993. Look at that. Mark Thompson, Louis Laurel also over that 800 point mark too. And William Ellard, 768. There won't be many places in the world where he would swim 62.09 and not win a medal. So that was a really high class race there. Brilliant swimming in the men's multi-classification 100 metres backstroke final. Our next final and the next set of finals are in age group classifications. And we are on to 200 metres freestyle. And the first final will be for 13 and 14 years women. Here come our finalists. In lane 0, Kerris Griffiths for Pembrokeshire County. Lane 1 will be Amber Hinton from Dumfries. The times you can see here are the times they swam in the heats this morning. Lane 2, Elizabeth Warner for City of Leeds. Lane 3, Jasmine Hall, Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 4, our fastest qualifier, Darcy Smith for Portsmouth North Sea. Lane 5, Iris Hurst for Warrington Warriors. Lane 6 is Heidi Corbett for Guildford City. Lane 7, Lois Child, Harrogate Districts. In lane 8, Gisela Silano for Guildford City. And in lane 9, Alexandra Nerney for Hatfield. Plenty of swimmers in the heat swimming under 2 minutes 10. 7 of these swimmers did that in the heats. And lane 4, Darcy Smith was the fastest qualifier in 2:07.2. So that's the kind of swim we are going to need to win a gold medal here. Women's 13-14 years 200 metres freestyle final. Well, Brodie, 200 metres freestyle. What are your tips for swimmers in this one?
200 freestyle is quite a hard one to pace. I would say it's almost like that balance of speed, endurance, and well, the balance between speed and endurance. You know, you almost want to hold close to your top end speed for the whole 200. But yeah, no, challenging race, definitely one that hurts the legs. But I think the best tactic that I've used in the past is to probably use a lot of effort on that third 50, put yourself in a good position, and then that last 50, you know, anything you've got left, just sort of getting home to the wall. Yeah, it's more of a battle to 150, I'd say.
Well, that's Brodie Williams' advice. We look then down at the pool, and Keris Griffiths out in front in lane 0, and we're coming up to that third 50, so this will be the time when we start to really get ourselves into the race then. Keris Griffiths will turn first, followed in lane 7 by Lois Childs. Third of the turn then was Iris Hurst. And here we go then. It's hard, isn't it, on the third 50 to sort of tell yourself, I've really got to push hard now.
Yeah, but as you can see, Keris has turned on the jets on the kick now. So she's actually starting to make a move on the field and actually pull away on this 150. But don't count out I believe it's the Warrington swimmer. She's definitely making a move back.
That's Iris Hurst in lane 5, who's in about third place at the turn. We've got 50 metres to go then. Keris Griffiths still out in front in lane 0, followed by Lois Childs, and then by Iris Hurst. And look at this, what a turn that was from Keris Griffiths. She's moved away. She qualified for this final with the last qualification place, the 10th place, and she's out in front here, but she's got a race on her hands because we've also got on the far side of the pool 3 lanes from the top, Lois Childs, and in the middle of the lanes as well, Iris Hurst coming through. Into the last 5 metres, it's going to be Keris Griffiths who takes it. 2:05.06, a 3-second personal best. Elizabeth Warner was second there in lane 2. 2:05.53, and there's our winner, Keris Griffiths. In an outside lane, what a performance.
Yeah, that's a huge swim for her. That's almost a 3-second PB. Yeah, crazy. Lane 0. She must have been taking it easy in the heats, probably.
Well, you're taking a bit of a risk to get the 10th place in the final if you think you can come back and swim that fast in this fast in a final. And look at that, 2:05.06. Yeah. 2 seconds quicker than anyone swam in the heats. And that was really brilliant. PBs as well in other places there that we didn't quite get around to telling you about, but well swum, lots of personal bests in there. The fastest anyone in that race had swum before that race, 2:07. And yeah, that was impressive, very impressive.
I guess that's what a high performance field does for you. You know, like if you're racing some of the best, it only brings the best out of you. So the faster some other people go, the quicker you're probably going to go.
We're definitely seeing that. Here we go with the finalists for women's 15 years 200 metres freestyle. That was Kazia Martin for City of Sheffield. Lane 1, Megan Thorpe for Winchester City Penguins. Lane 2, Alice Forrest for Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Elizabeth Land for Newcastle. In lane 4, Theodora Taylor for Torfin Dolphins. In 5, Amelie Smith, RTW Monson. In 6, Amelie Bloxage, City of Salford. In 7, it's Edith Price for Mount Kelly. In 8, Evie Cutter for Wigan Best. And lane 9, Ella Smith, Northumberland and Durham Performance. Theodora Taylor swimming under 2:05 in the heats. 2:04.68, that was a personal best in the heats this morning.
Yeah, well, it turns out she's actually an EOF medalist in this event, so yeah, definitely one to watch in this one.
EOF being the European Youth Olympic Festival. That was in Maribor last year. Here come the finalists then, women's 15 years 200 metres freestyle. Off we go then, and Theodora Taylor first into her stroke in the white cap in the middle of the pool, and immediately opening up a comfortable lead, 3/4 of her body length up now, ahead of Amelie Smith, and then Elizabeth Land in third as we come into the first turn. So it will be Taylor out in front, and I think Land probably in lane 3 to turn second, only by 1/100th of a second. But that's the order of things as we go into the second 50.
Yeah, look, she's got a great long stroke at the front of her stroke. Her arms are pretty much fully extended before she's catching the water. So she's got that great balance between speed and efficiency, which you see on the 200. Really great to see.
So that's arms straight out in front of the head before she starts to pull the water back. Theodora Taylor then turning first. 58.8 at the turn. Well, 2:04.6 was her time in the heats. I don't think we're in any doubt that Theodora Taylor's on her way to a gold medal here, but I think we might be racing against the clock for another PB. And also swimming then really well in lane 3, Elizabeth Land, and in 5, Amelie Smith. And they swam 2:07 and 2:05 in the heats respectively. They will have their sights set on really fast times here. But it's Taylor out in front, turning in 1:30.6. Well, I think 2:04.68 is well within grasp of Theodora Taylor if she can just hold on to things here, and coming back very well either side of her. We've got Amelie Smith and Elizabeth Land, and also Amelie Blockstitch in lane 6 creeping into the equation in the yellow cap at the top of the picture. Theodora Taylor though looks like she will hold on, but it's a really good fight here for Amelie Smith in lane 5. Theodora Taylor swimming in 2:04 in the heats, and it's 2:02.99 in the final. Amelie Smith 2:03.34, 2 seconds quicker than she swum before. Elizabeth Land, she'd never been quicker than 2:04 before, and that's 2:03.95. PBs, PBs, PBs.
Yeah, Amelia Blocksid showed her endurance background there, coming back in a 30.3. That's pretty speedy coming back.
Yeah, really swimming into that race, but not quite getting into that top 3. Theodora Taylor, 2:02.99. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And this morning she swam a PB of 2:04.68. As you said to us yesterday, Brody, it's about doing it in the heats and then coming into the final and backing it up, going even faster again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this 200 free is a great event to get yourself in the mix for, because you know, there's always that 4x2, and obviously the girls have gone out there in Paris, and we've got great pedigree out there at the moment. So we're aiming for these girls to hopefully be in the team for LA.
Why not? With all of the Olympic swimmers that you will see in Paris, they've all competed in this championships in the past. Lane 0 in the 16 years 200 metres freestyle final, that was Kerry Henney. Then it's Annabelle Compton for Wickham District in lane 1. Ava Cook for City of Sheffield. In lane 3 we'll have Amy Hempenstall for Guildford City. In 4, Phoebe Cooper, City of Sheffield. In 5, Holly Wilson for the City of Leeds. In lane 6, Rebecca Coogan, Romford Town. In lane 7 for Derby XL, it's Anna Tyers. In lane 8 for City of Leicester, Alisa Lowe. And in lane 9, Phoebe Arbuckle for Warren de Barbs. We had 3 PBs swum by these swimmers this morning. Alisa Lowe in lane 8, Rebecca Coogan in lane 6, and Ava Cook in lane 2. We've got some pretty fast times in there, real scope, real potential for another quick final. This is the women's 16 years 200 metres freestyle. And away we go. Good start in lane 1 for Annabelle Compton of Wickham District, and already out in the lead. She really got off the blocks very well and has put herself in a really good position. Now in the middle of the pool, we've got Phoebe Cooper and Holly Wilson swimming up onto her shoulder as well.
The Vuvuzelas are back. I'm pretty sure they'll be cheering on for Phoebe Cooper of Sheffield. But if she can knock a half second off her PB, she could be within British record territory here.
She could. Her personal best is 2:002. The British record for the age group for 16-year swimmers is 1:59.7. It's going to take something special to win this race, whoever does it. 3 lanes from the top at the moment. Leading this is Anna Tyers. And then in lane 5, Holly Wilson for City of Leeds. Looks like she's probably just about in second place as we come to the halfway turn. Annabelle Compton still right up there as well. Tyers, Compton, then Wilson at the turn. And a big turn in lane 7 there for Anna Tyers. Really hitting the wall hard and then holding on to the underwaters. And now Phoebe Cooper in the middle of the pool in the red cap is moving into the lead. Cooper in lane 4. Then 3 lanes from the top, Anna Tyers. And just about in third, I would say here, Holly Wilson. In 5 or maybe in lane 3, Amy Hempenstall. First to turn then, Phoebe Cooper. 1:31.1 at the turn. A personal best of 2:002. It could be on, you know, it's not going to be far outside that time. Keep an eye on the clock then for Phoebe Cooper. And look at the race for second. Holly Wilson swimming up into contention, the yellow cap. And then nearer to us, Amy Hempenstall. But out of our picture, look at this, coming through for Wickham District, Annabelle Compton, looks like she'll get a medal. Phoebe Cooper, 2:002, it's just outside that time, but it's 2:02.01. Holly Wilson second, 2:02.87. Annabelle Compton, 2:03.11. 1.8 seconds quicker than ever before for the bronze medal, and Phoebe Cooper, 2:02.01, lowering the time she swam in the heats by a second and a fair bit there.
Yeah, that was a great swim from Phoebe Cooper. You could see they're all in one line at 100. Everyone was together. So her race plan was clearly to bring it back home hard on that second 100. And she probably even potentially negative split or even split. We're not too sure yet. But yeah, great swim from Phoebe.
I would say City of Sheffield swimmers and City of Liverpool swimmers, their race plans generally in this meet have been negative split. You never rule them out. They get to halfway, they get to the last 200, and they come fighting back, and it's definitely a game plan, and it's something as a swimmer you discuss with your coach.
Yeah, exactly.
And you figure out what works best for me as a swimmer.
Yeah, no, it's obviously important before you get up behind the block that you're not swimming with an empty mind. You want a plan, you want a strategy, and obviously they're executing it perfectly, clearly.
Outstanding. Here come our finalists for women's 17 years 200 metres freestyle. Lane 0, Hannah Murphy for RTW Monson. Lane 1, Izzy Blackhurst for Taunton Dean. Lane 2, Susie McNair for Stirling. Lane 3, Madison Wren, City of Liverpool. Lane 4, Molly Baker, City of Sheffield. Lane 5, Jessica Smelt for Repton. Lane 6, Perth City's Catherine Renfrew. In lane 7, Emily Maxwell for Northumberland and Durham Performance. Lane 8, Lily Grover, the Royal Wolverhampton School. And lane 9, Sky Carter for Basildon and Phoenix. Well, I mentioned City of Sheffield and City of Liverpool. We've got swimmers here from those two clubs in lanes 3 and 4. So if they're not in the top 3 when we get to halfway, they are still in contention to come through.
I was going to say, Sky Carter down the bottom in lane 9. She's got a great 50 on her, so probably watch her on the start. She'll probably be one of the quickest 15, I'd imagine.
Here we go, women's 17 years, 200 metres freestyle final. Sky Carter, I think probably first to hit the water, just as you said there, Brodie, in the orange cap at the top of the picture. And also off to a good start, Hannah Murphy for RTW Monson at the bottom of our screens. And in lane 8, second from the top there, Lily Grover hanging on to Sky Carter's start, I think, and probably even going to beat Sky Carter to the 50-metre turn. So that's a really good start, a really good first 50. Well, Carter got there first, just as you predicted, actually, by 300ths of a second.
Yeah, it's interesting. You see Sky has actually got quite a straight arm stroke, which you would see predominantly from the sprinters. Most of these swimmers in the 200 will have these nice high elbow. You're taught as a kid to have like the shark fin shape as you're coming through the water. So a great example of that is Duncan Scott, who utilised that on his 200. So nice high elbows we're looking for, but if you can utilise a straight arm, maybe like Anna Hopkin, it can be effective as well.
Halfway, and our leader is Molly Baker in 59.93. Well, joint leaders at the turn were Molly Baker and Jessica Smelt, both in the middle. And look at this, they've both got close to the lane rope, and they're almost touching really as they swim along here. You almost just about avoiding your fingertips touching as you bring your arm over the top of the water here. And still going well, 2 lanes from the top, Lily Grover.
They're probably just moving over to try and catch a wave, but sometimes in a race you do touch. It can happen under the water, but yeah, clearly trying to get on each other's waves and sort of use the other person's momentum.
Nothing between them with 50 metres to go then. Smelt in 5 in the dark cap, and then in 4, Baker. And look, coming through, Madison Wren's in lane 3 in the red cap 2 from the bottom of the picture. And also at the bottom of the picture, Susie McNair for Sterling. But a bit of an acceleration now in lane 4 for Molly Baker. And she seems to be holding off the challenge. It's going to be a fight for silver and bronze, but Baker's going to get golds. 2:02.84. Jessica Smeltz in second place for the silver, and Susie McNair under 2:04 gets the bronze. Molly Baker winning that one in 2:02.84.
Yeah, Sheffield have a great habit of producing good freestylers. It's just something they're great at producing. Yeah, I think it's the training, and like you said, you know, Molly Baker, she's won the 400 free here already and got bronze in the 1500. Clearly, she's a freestyle specialist.
And that time, 2:02.84, knocks 4 100ths of a second off her personal best. Jessica Smelt there, 2:03.84. Would you believe also knocking 4 100ths of a second off her PB? Every fraction counts. And you always feel great with a PB. I'd rather be 4 seconds under my PB than 4 100ths of a second under than 4 100ths of a second over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, small margins like that, it would have been made up on just a start, turn, little thing like that. So, yeah, the small margins count. The little margins add up. So if you can get 400ths on every length, that's, you know, it all tallies up.
Yeah, it certainly does. We've got one more women's 200 metres freestyle final to come. This will be for the 18 years and over swimmers. And in lane 0 is Alexandra Bulat for City of Lincoln Pentaqua. Lane 1, Mary Craig, Edinburgh University. Lane 2, Shola Robinson, City of Sheffield. And we've got another City of Sheffield swimmer in lane 3, Shannon Stott. In 4, Amy Monks, Swansea University. In 5, Lucy Fox for Wickham District. Lane 6, Georgina Pryor for Derby Excel. Lane 7, Scarlett Orchard for Loughborough University. Lane 8, Jessica Dickinson for Swansea University. And another Swansea University swimmer in lane 9, that's Millie Patterson. So this is the 18 years and over age group. Amy Monks swam a PB this morning in qualifying. So too did Lucy Fox, both swimming 2:03 in the heats.
Lucy Fox has clearly got some endurance. She won the 200 fly last night. So, yeah, coming into this, I think that back 50, Amy Monks should probably look over to her right because Lucy may be coming back.
Here we go. 18 years and over, 200 metres freestyle final for women. And lane 4, Amy Monks getting a good start too. In lane 6 though, Georgina Pryor in the white cap, 4 from the top of our picture. And up in lane 8, Jessica Dickinson for Swansea University, also going off well. Up to the 50-metre turn then. 3 lengths of the pool to go. Monks, then Robinson and Stotts, all under 29 seconds at the turn. Mind you, Dickinson, Fox and Pryor were only a few hundredths outside, 29 seconds on that split. And now Shola Robinson, City of Sheffield, 3 lanes from the bottom of the picture, is coming through into contention and probably just about in the lead.
It's great to see all of them in a line. You know, clearly there's a lot of depth in women's 18 over category because they're all together. Anyone could win it at this point.
First to turn, Robinson, and then Amy Monks, followed by Shannon Stotts. And now we get into that third 50, where everyone's trying to work hard. And in lane 3, Shannon Stotts making a move, 4 lanes from the bottom of the picture. But still, Georgina Pryor in lane 6, looking like she's in the lead ahead of Amy Monks. As we come to the turn, the final turn, it's those two out in front, Pryor and Monks, and then Robinson turning third. 1:31.3, and the race is all set now for a big sprint down the final 50. Lucy Fox in lane 5, as Brodie told us, don't count her out, and here she comes. She's definitely going to win a medal the way she's swimming in the middle of these two, but what colour will it be? I think these 3 are going to be the medalists. In the black cap, that's Amy Monks. In the green, Lucy Fox. And in the white, Georgina Pryor. Into the last 5 metres, and it's going to be Amy Monks, 2:02.02. Lucy Fox, 2:02.3. And Georgina Pryor in 2:02.48. Great race. Amy Monks, personal best there. First time she's swum under 2:03.
Yeah, Lucy was back there in a 30.4. Kev Brooks clearly doing a great job with her.
Lucy Fox, 2:02.3. It's a personal best. Georgina Pryor, 2:02.48. Just a little quicker than she swam in the heats. And that's a bronze medal performance. Well done, everyone in the finals there for the women's 200 metres freestyle. Very enjoyable finals we've had so far tonight. Our next finals are age group finals, and it's men's 200 metres breaststroke. And well, Brodie, this is the stroke it's your least favourite, you told me yesterday, didn't you?
Well, I wouldn't say least favourite. I wouldn't mind doing it. You know,
right.
I love racing breaststroke, probably because I'm least competitive on it, so it's not much pressure. But it is also quite fun to race. But yeah, really looking forward to see if Max Morgan can back up his 150 here. Be really interesting to see.
That's coming up in 3 races' time. That is the men's 16 years final. And everybody getting involved around the arena, and you know, the atmosphere makes all the difference when we get the adrenaline pumping for these swimmers, when we get the atmosphere really up high. It's fantastic.
Can I see David Murphy in the crowd? Breaststroker, he's actually a European junior bronze medalist back from a team with me, so that's interesting to see. Clearly out here to watch the 200 breaststroke.
Well, he'll be enjoying what we've got coming up then, because we've got 5 finals of 200 metres breaststroke for these age group swimmers. And I will tell you that of these swimmers, we had PBs galore in the heats. Let's introduce them to you. Lane 0, Leo Talbots for Bolton Metro. Lane 1, Joseph Bale, Mount Kelly Swimming. Lane 2, Leroy Shee for City of Birmingham. Lane 3, Charlie Calf for Guildford City. Lane 4, Caden Hitchens for City of Birmingham. Lane 5, Benjamin Perdagil for Chelsea and Westminster. In 6, Harry Robinson for Reeds. Lane 7, Kieran Ing for City of Peterborough. Lane 8, Hayden Sanders for Bromley. And lane 9, Rocco Murphy for Nuneaton and Bedworth. 9 of these swimmers swam personal best this morning. So 9 of these swimmers have swam faster than ever before already today. And now they're coming here with the adrenaline pumping, and maybe we'll see them go even quicker still. Caden Hitchens in lane 4, 2:28.1 was his time this morning. And our second fastest qualifier, 2:30.1. But with PBs this morning, I tell you what, anything's possible in this final. Men's 13s and 14 years, 200 metres breaststroke. Well, we'll see different styles of breaststroke, won't we, in this 200 metres, and we'll see some of the swimmers change their stroke rate as well as we go from 150 to another.
Yeah, on a 200 breaststroke, it's more the stroke count that is the most important thing. As you can see, the glide is so important. Caden Hutchins of Birmingham City is obviously showing that really well. He's creating a lot of power, but he's gliding and basically using his efficient stroke to his benefit, and I'm sure he'll up his rate towards the end of the race.
So long strokes for Hitchens at the moment, turning first in 33.6. Second at the turn there, 2 lanes from the bottom of the picture, was Joseph Bale for Mount Kelly, and third, 2 lanes from the top, was Hayden Sanders. He's getting so high in the water, isn't he, Caden Hitchens?
Yeah, it's good to see. You know, he's clearly getting a lot of power through his stroke, and he's utilising the kick as well. You know, his kick's really strong. But down here at the bottom from Mount Kelly, we've got Joseph Bale, who looks like he's also got pretty good stroke, really nice and clean, and getting into a good streamline.
Hitchens will turn first, and then Bale. And then in the middle of the pool, Perdagil, Calf and Robinson. And now we see that increased stroke rate in lane 4 from Caden Hitchens. So it's no longer that long gliding stroke, but he's still gliding pretty well. But just look how many strokes he's getting in now every 5 to 10 metres. And coming through in lane 5 now, Benjamin Perdagil in the blue cap. And in lane 6, Harry Robinson as well. Well, it looks like Caden Hitchens is the favourite to win this one, but we've got 5 queuing up to try to fight for the medals as we go into the turn with 50 metres left to swim. Hitchens more than 2 seconds ahead of the field as he swims for home. Caden Hitchens for City of Birmingham. And at the bottom of the picture there, Joseph Bale. Looks like he's in second place right now. Benjamin Perdagil up in lane 5, coming through into second now. And up into third in lane 6, it's Harry Robinson. There's a real fight on here, but not for the gold medal. That's Caden Hitchens. It's going to be Hitchens, and then Perdagil for the silver, and Robinson for bronze. 2:26.21, Caden Hitchens winning time. PB, you won't be surprised to hear, another 2 seconds off his personal best.
He didn't just win that on his stroke, he won that on the underwaters. When he was doing his keyhole pull, he was probably taking half a body out of the rest of the field just on the pull. So shows how important the turns are, especially in a 200 breaststroke. You need to get around the wall quickly and make sure you have a nice clean breakout.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And you see that underwater, the distance that some of these swimmers get, and even in a race as high class as this, you see real differences in the swimmers' strengths where they are in the race. But there weren't many weaknesses, it has to be said, in Caden Hitchens swimming that 200 metres breaststroke. On to the men's 15 years final. Lane 0, Sky Sharples for Portsmouth North Sea. Lane 1, How She for City of Sheffield. Lane 2, Charlie Ruddle for Team Ipswich. Lane 3, Thomas Woofenden for City of Leeds. Lane 4, Wilfred Lee, who so impressed us last night. Lane 5, Victor Gould, Camden Swiss Cottage. Lane 6, Jeremiah Carnegie. I've lost count of how many finals he's been in this week. William Irvine in lane 7 for Mount Kelly. Lane 8 is Harry Mack for Portsmouth North Sea. And lane 9, James Wright for Millfield. And Wilfred Lee in lane 4 was one of your swims of the night last night in the final session.
Yeah, definitely money on him on this race. He decimated the field on the breaststroke leg of that 4-inch line last night. So clearly breaststroke is his superpower. I'm sure he's going to use it on this.
Well, he swam 2:25 this morning in the heats, but his personal best is 2 minutes 21. Let's see if he can get close or maybe beat that one in this final. Men's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke. Here we go then, and you saw that underwater pull, I think, from Thomas Woofenden in the 4th lane from the bottom of the picture in the yellow cap of City of Leeds. But Wilfred Lee in lane 4 already with that long stroke, similar to the stroke, the technique that we saw in the first 100 in the previous final from Caden Hitchens. And clearly, 3 lanes from the top, William Irvine going up very hard in lane 7. Lee, then Woofenden and Irvine at the 50-metre turn.
I mean, look at the streamline position Wilfred gets in. It's so impressive, and even getting around the wall there, literally hands on the wall and he's straight off as if it was lava. Yeah, really, really quick turns and lovely glide at the front of his stroke.
So getting in that streamline position and then kicking and basically getting as little resistance as possible and getting as far as possible with every kick, and you can see that.
Yeah, he's using this efficiency because then he can apply the energy into the back end of the race, because no doubt he's going to start upping his rate the closer he gets to home.
Turning there in 68.55, Wilfred Lee, and then coming back towards 125 metres. It's Lee and then Woofenden in lane 3 in the yellow cap. In 3rd at the moment in lane 5 is Victor Gould. But there's no doubt about the impressiveness of Wilfred Lee here in lane 4. Look at the lead he's built up here, and then he just changes his stroke rate between the flags and the wall, probably just as much to make sure he hits the wall at the right time and time it, that is, on the end of a stroke when he reaches for that wall, and then gets round, like you say, as quickly as possible.
Yeah, with 5 metres out, you kind of want to spot the wall, make sure that you're going to land perfectly on a stroke, because you don't want to be halfway through a stroke and land on the wall, because then you almost like crush into it. So yeah, he's done that perfectly. And
we're seeing that streamlined position here. Look, arms out in front, locked straight and gliding as he kicks. Fantastic technique. Wilfred Lee's going to win this one, and it's going to be a very impressive time. He's got a PB of 2:21.46. Is he going to be close to that? It's a personal best. Thomas Woofenden gets the silver. Charlie Ruddle gets the bronze in 2:24.99. So not only did Wilfred Lee swim brilliantly, it was great to watch. It was the best he's ever performed as well, knocking almost a quarter of a second off his personal best.
Yeah, in a really dominant display, but you can't write off 2nd and 3rd, 2:24s, both of them. Still really, really great swims to see from the 15-year-olds.
Yeah, well done, all of the medalists there. Thomas Woofenden in silver there, 2:24.35, and that's a big PB, 2 seconds faster than he swam this morning. And Charlie Ruddle, 2:24.99. His PB before that race was 2:28. So that's a 3-second personal best as well. Everybody who got a PB in that final, well done there. And now we move on to the men's 16-year 200 metres breaststroke final. which is, we haven't got the result officially confirmed actually from the men's 15 years final. We won't have it confirmed until we see it on the screen. So the officials haven't quite signed that off yet. When you see it on the screen, then you know it is a confirmed result. And now it is confirmed. No changes though to the times that we saw. Just confirmation that Wilfred Lee got the gold medal, Thomas Ruffenden the silver, and Charlie Ruddle the bronze.
Yeah, small delay, but there are a lot of things that you can get disqualified on breaststroke, like doing too many fly kicks on the stroke, not touching the wall with two hands. So yeah, a lot of things to look out for the referees.
Here come our finalists for the men's 16 years 200 metres breaststroke final. Henry Guppy there for Millfield, Rhys Burns for Chelmsford City, Daniel Ransom for City of Leeds, Edward Robinson for Chelsea and Westminster. Max Morgan in lane 4 has already set 2 British records this week. In 5, Joseph Ashley for City of Liverpool. Lane 6, William Tonks for Boldmere. Lane 7, Hugh Mason Williams, City of Birmingham. Lane 8, Finley Lowe for City of Birmingham. And lane 9 is Jasper Hall for Newcastle. And Max Morgan, the performer you were most looking forward to watching tonight, Brody.
Yeah, I'm going to highlight his PB and his British record already. It's a 2:13.8. Definitely keep an eye on that time. It could go tonight. He's obviously PB'd in the 50s, PB'd in the 100. So as long as his fitness is there, he should PB in this. But yeah, keep an eye on a 2:13.88.
That's the big target then in lane 4 for Max Morgan. We know he's in form. We know he's in good shape. Here we go, men's 16 years, 200 metres breaststroke final then. Morgan in the blue cap, 5 lanes from the bottom of the screen, in the golden lane, as I like to call it, nearest to us, in the middle of the pool. And Daniel Ransom in lane 2, 3 from the bottom, also off to a good start.
Max Morgan, he's already made a massive gap on the field. It's absolutely ridiculous to see.
He's going to be a body length and a half up at the first turn. Look at this.
But the truth of the matter is, even though he's in the 16-year-old category, he is a world-class athlete. He could compete on the international stage, there's no doubt about that. So, yeah, any markers he can lay down here will be really good coming into next year, potentially to make a team.
This is fantastic. Look at this. We've swum a length and a half, and Max Morgan has already got this race won, and we're swimming for silver, really, for everybody else. Let's have a look at how everyone else is swimming. Joseph Ashley in lane 5 is in second place at the moment, and just about in third, Daniel Ransom in the yellow cap, 3 from the bottom. But Morgan turns there, 63.56. 63.56. If he comes back in 1:10, he's going to beat his British record.
I'm pretty sure that 63.56 would actually have got a medal in the 16-year-old 100 breaststroke. So he's gone out in most of these boys' 100-meter speed. So it's absolutely bonkers, absolutely crazy to watch.
What would you expect to go out in your first 100? Maybe 2 seconds slower than your 100 PB, something like that?
Yeah, exactly, somewhere around that mark. But I mean, he swam the heat in a 2:19 with a PB of 2:13. So this morning, PB plus 6, he must have just been taking it easy.
1:38 at the turn. We're going to keep an eye on the clock, but this is going to be a British record. There's no doubt about it. Look at this, Max Morgan. And not only is he swimming great, look at the stroke rate. He's looking absolutely fantastic here. Max Morgan, there's only one person in this race, and it's Max Morgan against the clock. 2:13.88 is his British age group record for the 16 years, and he's going to smash that. Look at this, faster than ever before, 2:12.24. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Joseph Ashley gets the silver medal, 2:19.09. Daniel Ransom, the bronze, 2:20.7. We shouldn't take anything away from those two swimmers because they are really good times as well. Max Morgan, though, puts everybody in the shade when he swims like that. Incredible.
Yeah, no, that is really, really special to see. Absolutely incredible swim. But yeah, you're right. Daniel Ransom, he swam really well in the 4am. 2:20 is a great time. Joseph Ashley from Liverpool, 2:19, also a great time. But yeah, when someone's swimming 2:12 and 7 seconds ahead of the field, it's so hard to ignore that. You know, you've just got to commend it at the age of 16. Absolutely crazy to see.
And like you say, world class in any age group already, and we're going to hear a lot more from Max Morgan in the future, that's for sure. Radiant Shepherds in lane 0 for the men's 17 years 200 metres breaststroke final. Lane 1 will be Roas Kringalis for City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Frederick Beasley for Poole. Lane 3, Adam Bradley, City of Liverpool. Lane 4, Philip Navaski for Tigers of Jersey. Lane 5, Joshua Inglis, Mount Kelly. Lane 6, Jamie Steadman for Clevedon. Lane 7, Alexander Granado for Plymouth Leander. Lane 8, Charlie Rogers, Romford Town. And lane 9, Connor Mitchell, Warrender Baths. Philip Navaski, fastest qualifier with 2:19 in the heats. He's got a 2:16 PB though. So there's scope for him to swim even quicker here. And Joshua Inglis, 2:20 this morning. He can swim 2:18. Here we go, men's 17 years 200 metres breaststroke final. Here we go then, with a good start from Frederick Beasley of Poole, and also in a yellow cap in lane 4, Philip Navaski for Tigers. And Navaski here really putting his foot down in the first 50. Not quite as long a stroke as we've seen from a couple of previous finals, but nevertheless really going out very strongly.
Yeah, well, he holds the British record in the 14 and 15-year-old category. And he's just watched a 16-year-old, and he's actually 16 himself, go to 2:12. So I'm sure he's going to try and get as close as he can to that marker. But that's a very tall ask when, 2:12 is moving.
It really is. But look at this, Philip Navaski's moving. He's also got a huge lead. Swimming well in lane 3, Adam Bradley, City of Liverpool, in second place right now. In lane 6, Jamie Steadman for Clevedon. They are going to be the 1, 2, 3 at the halfway turn. 1:04.71 at the turn for Navaski. And similarly, I think we're looking at PB territory here for him. And this is looking really good. It's a different kind of stroke to the ones we've seen in the previous gold medal performances for Navaski. But, nonetheless, it works really well for him.
Yeah, so he's not coming up as high, but as you can see, he gets his head down. As soon as it's at the highest position, it's almost like he's falling forwards. He's almost like driving his head forward just to get some more energy through the stroke. He's basically making as much horizontal energy as possible.
What a great turn that was as well for Navaski. The underwater, the keyhole pull that you spoke about earlier, the fact that on that one pull underwater, you're allowed to pull all the way down till your arms are pointing, your fingers are pointing to your toes. And Navaski looking great here. The race for silver is between lane 3 with Adam Bradley And in lane 6, Jamie Steadman. The Nowatzki coming in here. His PB before this was 2:16.05, so he obliterates that by 2 seconds. The silver medal goes to Adam Bradley, the bronze to Jamie Steadman. And once again, we've seen an outstanding gold medal performance, 2:14.02, and that is only just outside, I think, the British record for a not for a 16-year-old, because we've just seen that one broken. But brilliant swim, another PB for him, 2:14.02.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Philip Nowatzki and Max Morgan in the future, definitely. Two really, really talented swimmers, clearly performing when it matters. But yeah, interesting to see how they move forward come trials next year, etc. See if they can get on some good teams.
And second, third and fourth, they're 2:19 for those swimmers. And, you know, they are good swims. There are PBs in there as well. Well done. Men's 18 years, 200 metres breaststroke final now. Lane 0, Joshua Mitchell for Edinburgh University. Lane 1, Ryan Griffiths, City of Sheffield. Lane 2, Pravin Mahendra Kumar, Winchester City Penguins. Lane 3, Ben Harrison for Loughborough University. Lane 4, Maxwell Anderson, City of Cardiff. Lane 5, Alexander Casey, Loughborough University. In lane 6, Vadim Bosk for Mount Kelly. Lane 7, Edward Marcel Whittles, Chelsea and Westminster. Lane 8, Rory Dixon, University of Stirling. And lane 9 is Freddie Laws for West Norfolk. Well, this is going to be a quick race across the pool, I would say, because this morning the times range from 2:16 to 2:21. And this is going to be a real fight for the medals, I think.
Yeah, there's a few sneaky PBs in there, so some people chilling in the heats, clearly. Rory Dixon has a PB of 2:14, so does Alexander Casey, and another one is Ryan Griffiths out there in lane 1. So yeah, a few people chill in the heats, and maybe there's going to be some outside smokers in this.
Let's hope for fireworks then. Men's 18 years and over 200 metres breaststroke final. Lane 5 got off to a really good start. That's Alexander Casey, Loughborough University. And 2 from the top of the picture there, Rory Dixon also going out. Well, we've got some higher stroke rates in this first 50 than we've really seen before. And, well, a range of stroke rates, I suppose, because you look at 4 lanes from the top to Vadim Bosk, and he's really stretching it out on every stroke.
Yeah, interesting to see, but if you look at Pravin from Winchester Penguins, he's got really, really long glides, so maybe he's going to come through in the second half. But yeah, you know, if you can hold the rate, it's worth doing. You know, applying that higher rate, you're obviously going to get more stroke, you know, more propulsion, but on a 200, it can definitely hurt on that back end, so definitely better to potentially have a glide.
Rory Dixon in lane 8 is our leader right now, and then it's Alexander Casey in 5 and Maxwell Anderson in 4. They turn, and now we might see the change of gears for 1 or 2 of these swimmers as they pop up to the surface. And 1 or 2 of them will start to up the stroke rate. Pravin Mahendra Kumar, 3 lanes from the bottom, who you pointed out with the long glides in the first 50, and now he's picked up the stroke rate for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely picking up now. Obviously, there's only going to be a 50 at the end of this length, so, you know, if you're not in a position to strike at 150, you're out of the race. So definitely need to keep yourself in contention and up the rate.
Rory Dixon will turn first. He's one of those swimmers with a personal best of 2 minutes 14. And then Alexander Casey and Maxwell Anderson in the middle of the pool are in second and third, and coming through well here, Ben Harrison in lane 3 as well. So you've got 3 swimmers in the middle of the pool, and they're all chasing down Rory Dixon on the far side. And if anyone's going to do it, I think it will be in lane 4. Maxwell Anderson is closing in, but I don't think anyone's going to catch Rory Dixon here. He is going to win the gold medal. Personal best of 2 minutes 14. Can he get close to that? He ups the straight rope in the last 5 and 2:14.36. Just outside his personal best. Another 2 minutes 14 in the middle of the pool for Maxwell Anderson to get the silver medal. There's our winner, lane 8 for the University of Stirling, Rory Dixon. And he's giving the signal of 3. Is that 3 gold medals this week for Rory Dixon? Rory Dixon first there. Maxwell Anderson gets the silver medal in 2:14.8. Alexander Casey 2:15.4. Dixon and Anderson there. Well, Anderson with a 2-second PB in the final. Dixon just outside his personal best. We saw some spectacular swims there in the men's 200 metres breaststrokes finals.
Yeah, Max Morgan would have won the whole thing if it was a competition. So yeah, like I said, he can compete with the big boys for sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses, because there's no doubt he will be on the international stage at some point.
And Philip Nowaski, who got the 17 years.
No, definitely, yeah. There's definitely room for progression for both of them. And, you know, 2:12, 2:14, that kind of area with a good taper and another few cycles under their belts, they could be looking for the sub 2:10.
Well, that would be spectacular, wouldn't it? That really would. Okay, we are moving on now for medal ceremonies for the events that we've seen so far. We've got 4 events that we've had medals won in. So lots of medals now to be presented. Our chance to really celebrate the achievements of the swimmers. Here we go then with our medal ceremonies.
The medals will be presented by Sue Gabriel, qualified aquatics GB referee affiliated with North Cornwall Dragons Swimming Club. Bronze medalist, representing Maxwell, Olivia Newman-Baronius. Silver medalist, representing Allsager, Poppy Maskell. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Ealing, Alice Ty. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's multi-classification 100 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing the City of Glasgow, Louis Lawler. Silver medalist, representing Bolton Metro, Mark Thompson. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Edinburgh University, Stephen Clegg. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 13-14 years, 200 meters freestyle. Bronze medalist representing Harrogate, Lois Child. Silver medalist representing the City of Leeds, Elizabeth Warner. Gold medalist and British summer champion representing Pembrokeshire County, Cerys Griffiths. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Bronze medalist representing Newcastle, Elizabeth Land. Silver medalist representing Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson, Amelie Smith. Gold medalist and British summer champion representing Torvine Dolphins, Theodora Taylor. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 16 years, 200 meters of freestyle. Bronze medalist representing Wickham District, Annabelle Compton. Silver medalist representing the City of Leeds, Holly Wilson. Gold medalist and British summer champion representing the City of Sheffield, Phoebe Cooper. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 17 years, 200 meters freestyle. Bronze medalist representing Stirling, Susie McNair. Silver medalist representing Repton, Jessica Smelt. Gold medalist and British summer champion representing the City of Sheffield, Molly Baker. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 18 years and over, 200 meters freestyle. Bronze medalist representing Derby XL, Georgina Pryor. Silver medalist representing Wickham District, Lucy Fox. Gold medalist and British summer champion, representing Swansea University, Amy Monks. Please put your hands together for your medalists.
So we're up to date with our medals there, and we are heading back to the pool now for women's 200 metres backstroke finals. And in the 13-14 years age group, lane 0, Julia Elvidge for RTW Monson. In lane 1, Grace Nichols for Pembrokeshire County. In lane 2, Erin Perman for Exeter City. Lane 3, Jessica Hill of Tiverton. Lane 4, fastest qualified, Darcy Smith, Portsmouth North Sea. Lane 5, Amy Fielding for Camden Swiss Cottage. Lane 6, Lois Smith for Pasildon and Phoenix. Lane 7, Saskia Spencer for Crawley. Lane 8 is Amy Jones for Leatherhead. Lane 9, Matilda Biggs, City of Southampton. So Darcy Smith this morning swimming 2:18.55. PB's reading pretty much across the pool in the heats this morning. So these swimmers all at the top of their form right when it matters in July. Here we go, women's 13-14 years 200 metres backstroke final. And the swimmers here, they're allowed to swim underwater for a maximum of 15 metres, and getting really close to that in lane 4 was Darcy Smith. The 15-metre mark is that red marker just on the left of the screen now, the small red marker. And if your head pops up after that, you are disqualified. You have a maximum of 15 metres underwater at either end of the pool. So it's the same for starts and for turns. And that underwater technique can make a huge difference to your time and your speed. And here we go again. Look, Darcy Smith in lane 4, getting, 3 dolphin kicks in there before she popped up to the surface, and looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, she's got a nice silky smooth stroke. On a 200 backstroke, you want to utilise as much of that underwater as possible. The more kicks and the further you can go, the better. It's actually, weirdly enough, quicker underwater if you can maintain the speed off the wall. But if you're not maintaining that speed, then it's probably better to pop up if you've got a great stroke like Darcy Smith here.
Darcy will turn first, followed into the wall by Amy Fielding for Camden Swiss Cottage. And in third there was Jessica Hill for Tiverton.
Yeah, 200 back it's weirdly it looks quite simple. You know, I think a lot of people see backstroke as quite an easy stroke because you're breathing all the time. But I can promise you, at 150 to 200, it feels like a piano's landed on your legs. Those legs will be feeling like marshmallows.
You breathe in as one arm does a stroke, and then you breathe out as the other arm does a stroke, don't you? That's the breathing pattern, even though you can breathe whenever you like.
Yeah, you can breathe whenever you like. Most people do it every other stroke, but yeah, everyone does something different. I know Tom Dean breathes every stroke, which is a talent in itself. So, yeah, fair play to Tom Dean.
Into the last 50 metres, Darcy Smith's going to win this final. She's going to get the gold medal in the 13-14 years here. Amy Fielding in silver medal position at the moment, and the fight for bronze and maybe even for silver. In lane 6, we've got Lois Smith in the orange cap, and towards the bottom of our picture, Jessica Hill. But it's Darcy Smith who's going to come home with a time of 2:16.64, another 2-second BB. Amy Fielding in second place there with 2:19.81, also 2 seconds quicker than ever before. There's our champion, Darcy Smith, great swim. And you also got a glimpse there of Jessica Hill, who got the bronze medal. with a 2:21.72, also going a 1 second PB, and clearly delighted with that.
Well, Darcy was winning all the way there, and she still came back with the strongest last 50, so very, very strong swim. Clearly that piano didn't land too heavy because she had a lot of energy.
Yeah, maybe it was an upright piano and not a grand piano. Yeah, very good finish there from Darcy Smith. So brilliant swim, and brilliant to see PBs winning medals. Of course, you've got to get PBs if you want to win medals at an event like this. Here come our finalists in the 15 years. That's Margarita Stoimanova, Newman University of East London. Grace Robinson, lane 1, St Felix School. Lane 2 is Clementine Lovell for Team Ipswich. Lane 3, Charlotte Hayden for Wickham District. In lane 4, Evelyn Hallisey for Newcastle. Lane 5, Catherine Williams, Wickham District. Lane 6, Grace McDonald for Grantham. Lane 7, Isla Ince, Guildford City. Lane 8, Aoife Dwight-for Clark for Nofio Gwynedd Performance. And lane 9, Charlotte Gower for Rugby. And the times for the first fastest 4 swimmers in the heats this morning, not far apart. 2:19.6 for Hallisey, ranging to 2:20.8 for Grace McDonald. So we could have a real battle for the medals on, or we could see some really outstanding swims and somebody going right out there and saying, right, gold medal's mine, I'm going for it. The women's 15 years 200 metres backstroke final. So underwater from the start, everybody does that really for as far as they can, and then it's individual techniques on the turns. And popping up in first place there in lane 6 is Grace McDonald of Grantham, and 3 lanes from the bottom of the picture, Clementine Lovell of Team Ipswich, also off to a good start and looking pretty smooth. 2 lanes from the top of the picture as well, Aoife Dwight-for Clark, and it's going to be Clementine Lovell, I think, who gets to 50 metres in first or second, or actually third. McDonald and Williams actually got over and turned quicker. So well done to them in those last 5 metres.
Yeah, I'm liking the look of Lois Smith up in lane 6. She's got a really, really smooth stroke. You can see her here, really low cadence and just sort of gliding through the water. And she's using that kick not so much as a propulsion, but as you can see, she's almost doing what looks like a can-can. You know, she's kicking to the sides, and it's providing her a lot of balance so she can get a lot of leverage through her arms and a great pull.
Well, you spotted her, and now she's out in the lead, 66.7. So that technique, it isn't just impressive and easy on the eye, it's very, very effective. Second at the turn, Catherine Williams in lane 5, and now she's upped her stroke rate, and she's going to close the gap on McDonald. So these two are going to be pretty close together, I would think, when we get to the turn for the last 50 metres.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much underwater she does off this final wall here. See if she can get, yet again, another half body length here.
McDonald turning first, then Williams, and watch the turn, watch the underwaters here. Williams closing the gap with that turn.
Yeah, it was actually Williams that took some out of her, but now she's upped her cadence.
So these two out in front, looking like they're battling for gold and silver. At the top of the screen, Grace McDonald, then Catherine Williams, but they're coming back hard. And in lane 4, it's a really storming finish from Evelyn Hallisey. Hallisey's not out of this yet. She's really going through. There's only 5 metres left. These are the 3 medalists, but what colours will they be? First is Williams, 2:17.3. Hallisey got second. She came storming through her final 50 metres there. Evelyn Hallisey 34.09, and Grace McDonald gets the bronze medal. Hallisey was 1.5 seconds quicker over that last 50 than McDonald, and there are our gold medal winner Catherine Williams with her teammate celebrating there, Charlotte Hayden.
Yeah, we complimented Grace McDonald's stroke, but managed to get pipped by 1/100th there for the silver medal, so agonisingly close. But I think she'll be happy with the bronze out in lane 6. Wasn't one of the top 3 going in, so to come away with a medal, that's always a win when you're in outside lane.
Catherine Williams winning time 2:17.38. I hardly need to tell you the medals there were won in personal best times. Good swimming.
Should really say, but for a 200 backstroke or any backstroke event, they have the wedges in the pool. They can be a lot slippier than they look. So to nail a start, especially when the pressure's on and on an event like this, it's actually quite difficult. So yeah, definitely need to get some practice in the warm up, and yeah, hopefully they can nail their starts in all their races.
Yeah, those wedges are the bars that are lowered into the pool, and they're strapped onto the block. So you only see them for the backstroke races. If you can look closely at your screen, you will see them there at the far end of the pool. And we'll point them out to you again when we have our next backstroke final. We were just waiting there for the results to be confirmed of that last race, and there we are, 2:17.38, Catherine Williams. Evelyn Hannessy, 2:17.73 for the silver medal, and Grace McDonald, 2:17.74 for the bronze. Here we go then, the women's 16 years 200 metres backstroke final. Erin Gent in lane 0 for Repton. Ines Geeman-Beaton for Camden Swiss Cottage in lane 1. Holly Wayman for Maxwell in 3. In 2, I should say, Amber Rigg in 3 for Cockermouth. In 4, Martina Karamaj for Chelsea and Westminster. In 5, Isabel Liptrot for City of Liverpool. In 6, Gabrielle Freeman for Northumberland and Durham Performance. Lane 7, Fionn Humphreys, Novio Gwynedd Performance. Lane 8, Katie Lee for City of Salford. And lane 9, Constance Logan for Mount Kelly. And are you going to say here, Brodie, that there are some sneaky PBs? Because Martina Karamach ran 2:17 this morning. Her personal best is 2:14. Amber Riggs ran 2:19 this morning. Her PB 2:16. We could see some big times.
I was actually going to highlight Amber Rigg. Cockermouth seems to be producing some great backstrokers. I mean, my rival and good friend Luke Greenbank, a great backstroker from Cockermouth. His brother Sam Greenbank, also a great backstroker. So yeah, Sean Balmer's doing a great job there up in Cockermouth.
Here we go, women's 16 years 200 metres backstroke final.
That's not a vuvuzela, is it?
That's not a vuvuzela. We've got some kind of alarm, I think, going off. The swimmers have been told to stand down. They'll grab their tracksuits, and we'll have to wait and see whether we can get this final underway, and whether there's a problem in the building, of course, that we need to be aware of. Well, you keyed yourself up as a swimmer for your final, and now something like this comes along and breaks your concentration. This is not something you expect to have to deal with as a swimmer.
No, definitely not. But the good thing is, looking at all the girls currently, they've all got their jumpers back on. They've all warmed up. Some of them are doing jumps to keep warm. So they've got the right idea, and I'm sure they're still in the right mindset.
Well, the alarm has stopped, and we are ready to go then in the final, the women's 16 years 200 metres backstroke. And as we were talking about a moment ago, look at the wedges. They are the things that have been lowered into the water, and they are strapped to the block, and it allows the swimmers to get a bit more of a grip on the wall to push off.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that people used to start without them. You know, Liam Tancock's world record in 2009, wedges weren't even a thing. And he was just doing a backstroke start off a wall, which is incredibly hard to get any grip on.
Yeah, well, he would have had a touchpad, wouldn't he, for a bit more grip. You get a bit more grip from the touchpads.
Yeah, definitely, but still very slippy. I've tried and tested.
It can be, yeah. Here's the final, women's 16 years, 200 metres backstroke then. Karabach in lane 4 had an interesting technique at the start. Her knees were right up against the wall even before the starter said take your marks, and she didn't get a great start actually in lane 4.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she's got great stroke because she's making some ground up. But yeah, interesting start. Very Klement Kolesnikov-esque. His start, he actually almost looks like he's about to kiss the block. He gets that high, but yeah, shin's very close to the wall.
Lane 3, Amber Rigg, and lane 7, Fionn Humphries will be the first two at the turn. We don't have the split times there, I'm afraid. I can't really help you on that at the moment. There is a problem with the timings, but I can assure you that when it comes to the final times, we will get the accurate times for you. There are all sorts of backup systems. So looking then at the swimmers here, we've got Amber Rigg in lane 3 out in front. Then in lane 4, Martina Karabach. She's come right back into this despite the fact that her start wasn't great. It's Rigg, then Karabach at the turn, followed over there in lane 5 by Isabel Liptrot, and in 7 by Fionn Humphries.
Yeah, just highlighting there, Amber Rigg's turn, world class. I mean, the way she got around the wall and the fly kicks off the wall, yeah, brilliant to see. I know they train in a short course pool up in Cockermouth, so clearly getting some more good turns in, but it'll be interesting to see if people can make up the ground on the swim.
Rigg in the lead, but look at Karabach. Well, she gave everyone a head start with the way she started, and she has eaten that up, and she's going to turn for the last 50 in the lead. What a recovery, but look at the turn again from Amber Rigg in lane 3. Just as you said, Brody.
Yeah, Karabach, no fly kicks at all off that turn. Interesting, I mean, she's given everyone a head start every 50, but clearly got a great backstroke, so if she can fix that, she'll be, body lengths ahead.
Rigg in the lead, but we can't rule out Karabach because she's come back in each of the previous 50s. It's going to be close. In third place here at the moment, Isabel Liptrot. For the gold medal, though, it's going to be Amber Rigg. She's holding off the challenge. Rigg first, 2:14.96. Karabach second, 2:15.58, and Liptrot in third in 2:17.3.
I think that's a perfect example of the good saying, skills pay the bills. So, Amber Rigg, potentially not even the fastest backstroker in the field there, but using her skills to advantage. Great start, great turns, and the best 200-metre backstroker in the field. So whether the swim speed was there or not, she utilised the speeds to her benefit.
As someone who's swam at international level, how often would you be practising skills like that?
It's an everyday thing, especially underwaters. It's people call it the fifth stroke, and it truly is. If you got great underwaters, you can take body lengths out of people, and it's happened on the world stage many times.
Here come the finalists for women 17 years, 200 metres backstroke. You saw Ella Justice there. That's Jessica Gable for RTW Monson. Lane 2 will be Evangeline Pierce for Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 3, Blythe Kinsman for Mount Kelly. Lane 4 is Millie Wells for Leicester Sharks. Lane 5, Annabelle Crease for Repton. Lane 6, Susie McNair for Stirling. Lane 7, Ruby Stevenson, City of Milton Keynes. Lane 8, Ava Holt for Teddington. And lane 9 is Eva Sherry for the Royal Wolverhampton School. And let's hope we don't have the start disrupted as we did in the previous final. Millie Wells, 2:18 in the morning here. Blythe Kinsman, though, I think we always have to keep an eye on there in this final. She's swimming in lane 3. The fastest 4 swimmers in this heat have all swum 2 minutes 16 as a personal best. You're going to have to go quicker than that to win this final. Women's 17 years, 200 metres backstroke. Lane number 1, Jessica Gable getting off to a good start and getting an arm length on the rest of the fields. And in lane 0, Ella Justice. I was saying earlier on the backstroke, you don't really have much awareness of the other swimmers. You might see the arms of somebody in the lane next to you, but other than that, it's only really on the turns when you really get a feel for where everybody is.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, if people are behind you, you can obviously see them. But yeah, I guess a good way to know where you are in the field is if you can't see the people next to you, they're probably ahead of you. So yeah, I'd go that logic. And if you've got good peripheral vision, yeah, try and use that to your benefit.
Out in front here in lane 4, Millie Wells for Leicester Sharks. Up in lane 6, Susie McNair in second place. And in third, I would say right now, Blythe Kinsman.
Yeah, Millie Wells, even though she's out in the lead, the stroke is very high rate and she's fighting the wall. Whereas lane 3, we've got Blythe Kingsman. Her stroke is very, very smooth, silky. Yet again, doing that can kind of style of kick. Great balance and great hold on the water.
Out in front then, Millie Wells. Second at the moment now, Annabelle Crees, who's having a really good third 50 here. Swimming up from fourth, I think, at the turn to second now. And possibly even might get to the final turn in first place. And you can see the difference in the stroke rates there. That longer smooth stroke in 5 from Crees. And Millie Wells with a high turnover. Off the wall, they do pretty similar things underwater, and they pop up pretty much together, but it's Wells ahead of Crease, and there's also a race on for the bronze medal in lanes 3 and 6. That's Blythe Kinsman and Susie McNair. Coming through now very strongly, Annabelle Crease. She's really wound it up since the 100-metre turn, and I think she's going to come through to take this one. In lane 5, Annabelle Crease for Repton. She's going to get to the wall first, reaching for it, 2:14.99. Millie Wells, 2:15.5. Susie McNair, 2:16.99. PBs there for Crease and Wells in first and second. And that was a brilliant second 100 metres there. Annabelle Crease to win the gold medal.
Yeah, one thing I would like to highlight, I mean, I think she would have won either way, but great lunge into the wall. It's almost like like in track when you have to dip to the line. On backstroke you can't actually see where the wall is. You only got a 5-metre indicator with the flags. So she timed her lunge and did a lovely fly kick to arch back and touch the wall first there. And
that got her under 2 minutes 15, 2:14.99. You look back on things like that and you think, yep, it was worth it. It got me under another barrier there.
Nah, definitely. The difference between 2:15.00 and 2:14.99 is, if anyone asks what your PB is, you can say 2:14. No one's going to care about that 0.99 too much, I don't think.
Good point. Okay, women's 18 years and over 200 metres backstroke final now. Here come our finalists. In lane 0, Ella Turner for Plymouth Leander. Lane 1, Molly Garrett, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 2, Mia Collier for Black Lion. Lane 3, Sophie Shaw, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 4, Pia Murray, Leyland Barracudas. Lane 5, Caitlin Ebbage, University of Stirling. Lane 6, Matilda Bogle, Team Ipswich. Lane 7, Nicole Ryan for Guildford City. Lane 8, Jessica Hum, Rushmore Royals. And lane 9 is Megan Hansford for Tigers of Jersey. There was only 1/100th of a second between our fastest and second fastest qualifiers in the heats. Pia Murray, 2:18.02, Caitlin Ebbage, 2:18.03.
I was going to say, Pia Murray, even though she's representing Leyland Barracudas here, she actually trains out in Florida at FSU. So clearly going out for some warm weather training and a good uni degree out there. Yeah, so last year's winner in this event was actually Honey Osrin, the 200 metre backstroke national champion last year. And she is currently, I believe, in the Olympic Village getting ready to compete for the 200 backstroke. So clearly it shows the progression from winning nationals here can lead on to great opportunities like the Olympics.
Yeah, we'll definitely see swimmers competing in these championships in the GB teams in the future. Lane 5 leading us into the turn, then Caitlin Ebbage. She swam the full 15 metres underwater off the start, and she's got a good 10 metres off that turn as well to get out in front. So it's Ebbage from Collier, that's lane 5, and then Mia Collier in lane 2. But now lanes 3 and 4 coming through. In 3, Sophie Shaw, and in 4, Pia Murray. And it's going to be close who gets to the halfway turn ahead here between our two fastest qualifiers, who were only a 100th of a second apart in the heats.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're only 100th of a second apart, and they have also been on the same team before. So they both actually went to the European Youth Olympic Festival in 2017. So shows that they've progressed together, and hopefully they can progress on after this.
Look at Molly Garrett, 2 lanes from the bottom. She's come out of that 50 or that 100 metre turn and really turned it on, winding things up now. She's got herself into the top 3 in this race. It's Caitlin Ebbage, then Pia Murray, and in 3rd right now, well, actually in 2nd right now, Molly Garrett, getting to that wall before Murray. But what a turn again there from Ebbage to get away. It's Ebbage leading, and Garrett's in lane 1 towards the bottom of our picture there in 2nd place. But they're fighting back in the middle as well, lanes 3 and 4. Sophie Shaw and Pia Murray. Murray coming through, but the winner's definitely going to be Caitlin Ebbage here, and she's swimming away from everybody else, kicking really hard. What will the winning time be? It's a gold medal for Caitlin Ebbage. 2nd will be Pia Murray, I think, on the touch, just by 1/100th of a second ahead of Sophie Shaw. 2:14.04 for Caitlin Ebbage, personal best. Silver medal for Pia Murray in 2:16.24, and Sophie Shaw 2:16.25 for the bronze medal. And confirmed result there, just 1/100th of a second between our silver and bronze medalists Pia Murray and Sophie Shaw. And 2 City of Manchester aquatic swimmers in 3rd and 4th there, Sophie Shaw and Molly Garrett.
Yeah, good to see the 200 back getting some love it deserves.
It certainly does.
Great event, great event. I'm not biased at all.
Okay, we've got a medal ceremony, a round of medal ceremonies to come up now, and then when we come back to the pool, we will be on to mixed classification finals next. Here come the medal ceremonies.
The medals are presented by Sue Gabriel, Qualified Aquatics GB referee, affiliated with North Cornwall Dragons. Bronze medalist representing Reeds, Harry Robinson. Silver medalist representing Chelsea and Westminster, Benjamin Prodrugo. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing the City of Birmingham, Caden Hitchens. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 15 years, 200 metres breaststroke. Bronze medalist representing Team Ipswich, Charlie Ruddle. Silver medalist representing the City of Leeds, Thomas Woffinden. Gold medalist and British summer champion, representing Millfield, Wilfred Lee. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 16 years, 200 meters breaststroke. Bronze medalist, representing the City of Leeds, Daniel Ransom. Silver medalist, representing the City of Liverpool, Joseph Ashley. Gold medalist and British summer champion in a new British age group record, representing Reeds, Max Morgan. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 17 years, 200 meters breaststroke. Bronze medalist, representing Clevedon, Jamie Stedman. Silver medalist, representing the City of Liverpool, Adam Bradley. Gold medalist and British summer champion, representing Tigers jersey, Philippe Novaki. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 18 years and over, 200 meters breaststroke. Bronze medalist, representing Loughborough University, Alexander Casey. Silver medalist, representing the City of Cardiff, Maxwell Anderson. Gold medalist and British summer champion, representing the University of Stirling, Rory Dixon. Please put your hands together for your medalists.
And we're back to the pool next for women's mixed classification 100 meters breaststroke final to come up next. And we could see some really great performances here. In lane 0, Grace Harvey. Representing Hoddesdon. In lane 1, Maisie Summers-Newton for Northampton. In 2, Brock Whiston for London Disability. Lane 3, Olivia Newman-Baronius for Maxwell. Lane 4, Rebecca Redfern for Worcester. Lane 5, Lewis Fiddis for Hatfields. Lane 6, Grace Robinson, City of Manchester Aquatics. Lane 7, Scarlett Humphrey for Northampton. Lane 8, Ione Winifred, who set a European record yesterday in her classification for Tunbridge. And lane 9 is Lily Rice for Pembrokeshire County. We've got 8 members of Paralympics GB team swimming in this race. Grace Harvey, Maisie Summers-Newton, Brock Whiston, Olivia Newman-Baronius, Rebecca Redfern, Lewis Fiddis, Scarlett Humphrey and Iona Winifred. So this is packed full of top Paralympics GB talent, this race.
Yeah, I was going to say, lane 7, Scarlett Humphrey. I've actually been lucky enough to witness her train, and being blind, I mean, when I've swam and I've got water in my goggles, I feel like stopping. So all credit to her. I think it's absolutely amazing that she can swim blind. You know, it's crazy.
And for the visually impaired swimmers, they swim with totally blacked out goggles. So you might see at the end of this race as well, the judges have to check that at the end. And you'll also see that the visually impaired swimmers, they get tapped by an assistant, so they are aware that the wall is coming. And remember, we're following the point system here in this final. I'll explain more once we get underway. So depending on the classification for each swimmer, as I know I mentioned earlier in the session, that determines how your points are calculated. Now, interesting techniques here. 2 lanes from the bottom. Maisie Summers-Newton. Look, she gets 1, 2, 3 strokes in between every breath. You don't have to breathe every stroke, but your head must break the surface of the water between every stroke. So the judges have to watch that carefully, but you'll notice Maisie Summers-Newton there, 2 lanes from the bottom, not breathing every stroke. The leaders in this heat here, look, we are breathing every stroke. It's pull, breathe, kick, glide for everybody here, and that's what works for them. Lane 7, you just saw the assistant tapping the swimmer there, Scarlett Humphrey, and that will be something that's practiced. As soon as she feels the tap, she'll know exactly how close she feels to the wall. So it's a point system. It isn't necessarily the first swimmer to the wall who gets the gold medal. It is the swimmer with the highest number of points for their classification. And let me remind you, 750 points is world class, 800 points certainly world class in the S14s categories. And coming in first here, Rebecca Redfern. She's going to touch the wall first. Rebecca Redfern, 1:15.33 for 951 points. And look at that, Brock Whiston, even better. 1:19.85 in lane 2 for 1,003. She's punching the air, Brock Whiston, in lane 2 with delight. Yona Winifred in lane 8 with 1,050. 1:29.95. Maisie Summers-Newton, 987. That's third at the moment. And it could be more 900 points here with 903 for Grace Harvey and Lily Rice 635. Wow. Brock Whiston with 1,003, and that's only going to get a silver medal because Yona Winifred got 1,050.
Yeah, Maisie's just off her own European record there, so yeah, good swims in there.
We will get the results confirmed. It's not signed off yet as a final result, that, but brilliant. Yona Winifred, 1,050 points, 1:29.95, 4 100ths outside her own British records. And Brock Whiston, 1,003 points with a 1:19.85. And I believe we are waiting for the check to be completed for the goggles for the visually impaired athletes before we get the confirmation, so no reason to have any concerns. And there we go, the gold medal will go to Yona Winifred in the SB7 category, 1,050 points. Brock Whiston, 1,003 for silver, but 800 points and above. Look at that, all the way down to 6th place, 795 there for Louise Fiddis. Brilliant swims. And the Paralympics performance for this GB team is really something to look forward to. Here we go, men's 100 metres breaststroke final, mixed classification. Lane 0, Bruce D for Northampton. Lane 1, Matthew Redfern for Worcester. Lane 2, Jack Milne, University of Aberdeen performance. Lane 3, Cameron Viencombe, Bridgewater Amateurs. Lane 4, Harry Stewart for Plymouth Leander. Lane 5 is Rhys Darby for Novio Clwyd. Lane 6, Ryan Potter for Preston. Lane 7, Gavin Roberts, City of Glasgow. And lane 8, Archie Hare, Richmond Dales. And Archie Hare, last out there, broke the British record in the heats, a British record that had stood for 24 years. He swam 1:22.63 in the heats. I wonder if a record that stood for 24 years could be broken twice in one day. Could that happen? That would be really something. So once again, we're swimming for points. Lots of swimmers in this heat, as you will have noticed, in the SB14 category. We've got 6 swimmers in that classification. Plus Archie Hare, SB11, Matthew Redfern, SB13, and Bruce D, SB6. Away we go then in this men's mixed classification, 100 metres breaststroke final. The SB14 swimmers in lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So in the middle of the pool. So you can pretty much judge which of them will get the most points by which touches the wall first, of course. And then we'll wait as well for the other swimmers and see how well they perform in their classes. Harry Stewart first to the turn, 30.94 at the turn for 50 metres, and now he turns for home, the final length of the pool. Stewart's out in front here. 5 of these swimmers are going to the Paralympics. Harry Stewart's one of them. Also in second and third places here, Rhys Darby and Cameron Verncamp. They're going to the Games. And in lanes 0 and 1 at the bottom of our screens, Bruce D and Matthew Redfern. Harry Stewart is going to win this heat, and in the morning session he swam 1:06.76, and he's just a little quicker than that with 833 points. That's top 10 standard in the world, that kind of swimming in the SB14 category. And now coming in lane 8, Archie Hare, who broke that British record in the morning, 1:22.90, just outside that by 0.2 of a second. And Bruce D, 1:26.3, scoring 742. So Harry Stewart's 833 points will be the gold medal performance there. And Rhys Darby third. Bruce D, actually 742, will get the silver medal once we get the results confirmed, with 1:26.3 in the SB6 category. We are waiting then for the goggle check before the race is completely confirmed. The race result will be confirmed. The judges check those goggles. The visually impaired swimmers at the Paralympics this year for the GB team have been given specially made goggles. In the past, the swimmers have painted them black, but now they are completely blacked out. They're made specially for them, not painted at all. And there's our confirmation of the result then. Harry Stewart, 833. Bruce D, 742 points for the silver medal, and Rhys Darby 736 for bronze. So Bruce D, that's a really good performance. Top 15 in the world, something like that with that swim, and then there'll be more preparations to come to hopefully swim even quicker when he gets to Paris. Only a month away, the Paralympics. Okay, women's 15 years, 50 metres butterfly final is next. There are no 13s and 14s in the 50 metre events. And that will start from the opposite end of the pool. We always finish at the same end. So that is our next final on the schedule. And to win this final, we have definitely got to swim sub 29 seconds. So this is going to be a pretty quick one. Madeline Hind in lane 0 for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Lane 1, Edith Price for Mount Kelly. Lane 2, Sophie Palmer, Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 3, Abigail McInerney, Inverclyde. Lane 4, Jasmine Carter for Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 5, Delilah Martin for Hazelmere. Lane 6, Evie Mackey, South Lanarkshire. Lane 7, Honor Luckhurst for Preston. Lane 8, Lucia Lesty for City of Salford. And in lane 9, Catherine Williams for Wickham District. In the heats, everybody swam 29.5 or quicker. If you get a good start, as we saw in 50 metres finals last night, that can be what it takes to get you the gold medal.
Yeah, no, definitely. On a 50 fly, it's almost like this weird balancing act. You can't try too hard. If you try too hard on a 50 fly, you slip. So it's probably about a 90% effort you're going to see. Nice, easy speed.
Here we go then. Who's going to get a great start here? I think Jasmine Carter in lane 4 in the orange cap, and also in lane 6, Evie Mackey off to a good start. How often would you be breathing, do you think, on a 50 fly? A lot of these swimmers breathing every 2 or 3 strokes, some of them. As we come to the last 15 metres, Jasmine Carter looks like she's just ahead. And swimming well in lane 3 here, coming through Abigail McInerney. As they all put their head down for the finish, McInerney gets it, 28.22 ahead of Jasmine Carter. And the bronze, Sophie Palmer in 28.66. Absolute delight for Abigail McInerney. She can't believe it. 28.22, a new PB.
Yeah, that's a good swim. I think emotions like that, they're better than any celebration when you see raw emotion like that. But Basildon and Phoenix doing really well to get second and third there. They're clearly producing some top quality sprinters over there.
Yeah, Jasmine Carter 28.34, Sophie Palmer 28.66, Edith Price not missing out on a medal by very much at all, 2/100ths of a second, but look how many swimmers there were under 29 seconds there, 8 of them, so three-quarters of a second between first and 8th. That might not be unusual, let's be honest, in 50 metres finals, but it just shows you how close everything is, and every margin matters. Women's 16 years 50 metre butterfly final. Katie Oliver will swim in lane 0 for Aaron Tridents. Sierra Broadbelt in lane 1 for Mount Kelly. Lane 2, Mably Collier for Repton. Lane 3, Millie Harris for West Norfolk. Lane 4, Phoebe Cooper, City of Sheffield. Lane 5, Eloise Cole for Bedford. Lane 6, Annabelle Compton for Wickham District. Lane 7, Evelyn Toy, Bristol Penguin Olympic. Lane 8, Seren Talantai for Northumberland and Durham Performance. And lane 9, Gracie Owen for Torfin Dolphins.
Phoebe Cooper's doing some unusual races this week. 400 free silver medal, just done the 200 free and now into a 50 fly. Unusual mix and match there, but clearly she's good at 50 fly if she's got lane 4.
Yep, the fastest qualifier. She swam 27.69 this morning. And, well, that was the fastest qualifying time in the heats by some distance ahead of Eloise Cole. So Phoebe Cooper in lane 4, the one to watch here. Women's 16 years 50 metre butterfly final. And here we go. Lane 6 got off to a good start there, Annabelle Compton. But in lane 4, Phoebe Cooper's up and into her stroke. And looking pretty good. 20 metres to go, and she's got a clear lead now. Annabelle Compton in 6th, fighting for the silver medal. And also coming through in 3, Millie Harris. But it's Phoebe Cooper who will touch first. Ahead of Annabelle Compton, then Millie Harris. 27.53, the winning time, a little faster than Phoebe swam in the heats this morning. She's our gold medalist. Silver medal, Annabelle Compton in 28.1 with a 4/10 of a second PB. And look at, when we see the results here, between 3rd place and 7th, just 1/10 of a second. Look at that. 5 swimmers within a 10th of a second of each other.
Yeah, on a 50 fly, it's going to be one of them events where you need to spot the wall. if you spot the wall and land it perfectly at the end of the stroke, that can be the difference between clearly getting a bronze medal or falling back into 7th place.
What never ceases to amaze me is it's the same swimmers who seem to be able to do it. It's a real skill. It's something that swimmers seem to do time and time again. It isn't random, you know?
No, it's a talent, for sure.
Women's 17 years 50-metre butterfly final now. Lane 0, Grace Greenhalgh, City of Norwich. Lane 2, Orla McInnes for Heart of Midlothian. In lane 2, Ellie Kennington for Plymouth Leander. Lane 3, Charlotte Smith for Norwich Swan. Lane 4, Blythe Kinsman for Mount Kelly. She swam a PB in the heats. Lane 5, Sky Carter for Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 6, Lucy Grant for City of Newport. Lane 7, Ashley Drake for Warrender Baths. Lane 8, Sophie Trail for Stockport Metro. And lane 9, Emily Maxwell for Northumberland and Durham Performance. Blythe Kinsman, 27.28 in the heats. Faster than she swum before. Sky Carter, 28.05. Let's see what these swimmers can pull out. It's another 50-metre dash down the pool of butterfly, women's 17 years final. Here we go then, lanes 4 and 5 off to good starts. That's Blythe Kinsman and Sky Carter, and now Kinsman with the white cap coming through. And Kinsman breathing, what, every 3 strokes at the moment, I think, as we get into the last 15 metres, maybe every 4 strokes for Blythe Kinsman. It's Kinsman leading ahead of Sky Carter, and maybe in lane 3, Charlotte Smith for the bronze. Kinsman gets the gold, Carter the silver, Smith the bronze. And Sky Carter's time there for the silver medal, 27.6. But there's our winner, 26.93, Blythe Kinsman. She thought her heat time was fast, 27.28. Well, she's got even quicker there, 26.93, a new personal best. And, well, breathing every 4 strokes there. That worked for Blythe Kinsman. Sky Carter, 27.6. Only 100th of a second slower than her PB, you know. Charlotte Smith with the bronze medal, 28.14, and she shaved 3/100th of a second off her previous fastest time. Women's 18 years and over 50-metre butterfly final is coming up next. And here come our finalists. Lane 0, Faith Yuda for Edinburgh University. Lane 1, Duru Tania for City of Cardiff. Lane 2, Rebecca Sutton, Swansea University. Lane 3, Harriet Rogers for Loughborough University. Lane 4, Holly Widows for Mount Kelly. Lane 5, Georgina Pryor for Derby Excel. Lane 6, Jessica Lawton, City of Bristol. Lane 7, Tallulah Paisley for Chelsea and Westminster. Lane 8, Shola Robinson, City of Sheffield. Cue the Vuvuzelas. And lane 9, Kira Morris for University of Stirling.
Sheffield definitely have some good vuvuzelas and good home support here, but I think an underrated team on the away support would probably be Plymouth Leander. I think any time a Plymouth Leander athlete's walked out, there's been a great reception, so I'm going to highlight them fans. I think they're great.
The final then of the women, 18 years and over 50 metres butterfly. The two swimmers in the middle lanes here, Holly Widows and Georgina Pryor, both have personal bests under 27 seconds, so you'd expect that's what's required to win the gold medal here. Widows out in front, good start for Harriet Rogers in lane 3, and probably in third place right now is Georgina Pryor. It looks like Holly Widows is going to get to the wall first. Who's going to get second and thirds? Widows, Pryor, then Rogers. 26.76 for Holly Widows, just outside her British age group record for the 17-year age group. She isn't 18 yet. Her birthday next month, so competing in the 18 years and over because she's born in 2006. And the winning time there, 26.76. Not surprising that you had to get under 27 to win that one. Georgina Pryor winning silver by 3/100ths of a second ahead of Harriet Rogers. And those three, by 50 metres butterfly standards, well clear of fourth place. 0.2 of a second between third and fourth. I mean, to the naked eye, almost nothing. But as we've seen, the swimmers reaching the wall almost in a line.
I guess that's the only downside of doing a 50 is any small imperfection costs so much. Whereas 200, 400, you know, if you have a bad turn, you can actually make up for it. So, yeah, 50 it's all about nailing that perfect race. I mean, when I've roomed with Ben Proud, he said that he would take part as 50 freestyle, and if he added all his best times together, he'd get the perfect race. And he'd just try and aim for that as close as he can get to that time as possible.
So when you're rooming with Ben Proud, and is that the sort of thing you're talking about, the tactics for your races?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure if he's asking about my races just because he would never do them. But
400 IM, that's like a full training session for a 50-metre freestyle.
I think if you gave Ben Proud 100 grand, he still wouldn't do a 400 IM. But no, you know, he's very good and he's very meticulous. And I think he shows what attention to detail is needed at this high level in sport, because, you know, a 50 freestyle, he has to nail it every time. And, you know, we're talking about hundreds between potentially a medal and not a medal. So, yeah, attention to detail is everything for him. And if I can take something from that into my races, then that would be perfect.
Fantastic. We're 2/3 of the way through this session. What's been the impressive performance for you so far?
I mean, you can't ignore Max Morgan. I mean, absolutely crazy performance. I mean, we were talking about it off air, just how good it was, you know, and just, you know, it's just exciting to see. It's so exciting to see someone come to nationals and clearly be a star for the future.
And also there were other 200-metre breaststroke performances that were really good as well. Filip Nowacki in the next final as well. We saw Caden in the earlier final. The 200 breaststrokes looking really strong and right the way through those age groups, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's probably an effect of, you know, Adam Peaty, Ross Murdoch, James Wilby. You know, they've moved that event on, and these guys are probably looking up to them athletes, trying to aspire to get to that level. And, you know, what better role models? You know, we've got 3 great athletes to look up to, and I'm sure they're aiming to be at that level.
Great to get your input, your insight. Here come some more medal ceremonies now.
The medals are presented by Naomi Harvey, Speedo Aquatics GB Summer Championships Field of Play team member and volunteer on her birthday, which was yesterday. Bronze medalist representing Basildon and Phoenix, Sophie Palmer. Silver medalist representing Basildon and Phoenix, Jasmine Carter. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing Inverclyde, Abigail McKerney. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 16 years, 50 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist, representing West Norfolk, Millie Harris. Silver medalist, representing Wickham District, Annabelle Compton. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing the City of Sheffield, Phoebe Cooper. The medal ceremony for the women's 17 years, 50 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist, representing Norwich Swan, Charlotte Smith. Silver medalist, representing Basildon and Phoenix, Sky Carter. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Mount Kelly, Blythe Kinsman. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 18 years and over, 50 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist, representing Loughborough University, Harriet Rogers. Silver medalist, representing Derby Excel, Georgina Pryor. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Mount Kelly, Holly Widows. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's multi-classification 100 meters breaststroke. Bronze medalist, representing Northampton, Maisie Summers-Newton. Silver medalist, representing London Disability, Brock Whiston. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Tonbridge, Iona Winifrith. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's multi-classification 100 meters breaststroke. Bronze medalist, representing Norfolk Clyde, Rhys Darby. Silver medalist, representing Northampton, Bruce D. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Plymouth Leander, Harry Stewart. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 13-14 years, 200 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing Tiverton, Jessica Hill. Silver medalist, representing Camden Swiss Cottage, Amy Fielding. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Darcy Smith. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 15 years, 200 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing Grantham, Grace McDonald. Silver medalist, representing Newcastle, Evelyn Hallisey. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Wickham District, Catherine Williams. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 16 years, 200 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing the City of Liverpool, Isabel Liptrot. Silver medalist, representing Chelsea and Westminster, Martina Karabach. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Cockermouth, Amber Rigg. The medal ceremony for the women's 17 years, 200 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing Stirling, Susie McNair. Silver medalist, representing Leicester Sharks, Millie Wells. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Repton, Annabelle Crease. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the women's 18 years and over, 200 meters backstroke. Bronze medalist, representing the City of Manchester Aquatics, Sophie Shaw. Silver medalist, representing Leyland Barracudas, Pia Murray. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing the University of Stirling, Caitlin Ebbage. Please put your hands together for your medalists.
And we're going back to the pool now for two mixed classification finals. And, well, we've got the unusual sights of swimmers swimming on their own in the pool in the next two races. We'll have the women's mixed classification 50 metres breaststroke and the men's mixed classification 50 metres breaststroke. And we really need to get everybody behind the swimmers who are going to be racing in these races, because this is going to be very tough to get in the pool on your own and just race against the clock. I mean, can you imagine anything almost more frightening. I mean, no other way of measuring yourself against another swimmer's performance.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a world-class field next to you, they push you along. So it's really difficult just to be there by yourself. And the other thing is, that everyone in these stands have all eyes on you. And I know it doesn't feel like a lot of pressure, but when you're in a wave of other people, it's that sheep mentality, isn't it? You're in the herd, whereas it's all by yourself. It's really commendable.
So it's Claire Connon for City of Cambridge who will be swimming in lane 4, and it's 50 metres breaststroke. She swam 1 minute 15.34 this morning, and remember that was a heat where she swam on her own as well, so very tough. And I think if she can go faster than that in this final, then that will be a real brilliant achievement, just to be able to measure your performance against something you did earlier in the day. I don't think there's really any other way of doing that, setting yourself a target. So 1:15.34, Claire Connon, she will swim alone in lane 4, nobody else in the pool. It will be Claire against the clock. We're getting the results there of the 50 metres butterfly final from the 18 years women's from earlier. I think we have confirmed that one already. And here we go then. So Claire Connon, she's in the SB3 category. And of course she will get points, as you'll see, for her time when she completes the race. And Claire starts in the water. You don't have to start from the block, it's not compulsory. Here we go then. And everybody in the arena gets behind Claire Connon then as she sets off on her own. And as I mentioned before, look, you don't have to breathe every stroke on breaststroke, but your head must break the surface on every cycle. So a cycle is one pull and kick, and the head must break the surface. And Claire's technique is to breathe every 1, 2, 3 strokes. And she's got to 25 metres there, the halfway point, in 32 seconds. So in the heat swim this morning, 1:15.34 was the time she swam, and we'd like to see a personal best. Well, certainly an improvement on that time. I think that would be really a good performance on your own in the pool. If you could just see somebody else swimming alongside you, or feel under the pressure of somebody else in a race, that would definitely drive the speed along. Into the last 5 metres, here comes Claire. 1:15.34 in her swim this morning. Can we go faster than that? Here we go. 1:15.34 has got to be the target. And yes, 1:14.42 for 409 points. That's tough, and that's well done. Swimming twice in a day and getting the faster swim in the evening. I think that's a fair target and a mission accomplished there. Well done. Very difficult thing to do. And the next mixed classification final, we have the same situation with Harvey Phillips, who will be swimming on his own in lane 4.
You almost have to build your own motivation, or just something to spur you on. Like a thought that I used to think was, I don't know, maybe like a briefcase full of money, and the slower you go, it's going to close even more. So yeah, I don't know, find some other inspiration to sort of propel you, because you don't have anyone else to push you.
Good idea. Yeah, you're right. You've got to find something. You have to. Harvey Phillips is going to swim now in the men's mixed classification 50 metres breaststroke. I should say Claire Connon obviously getting the first place in the previous final. And Harvey Phillips now for Louth Dolphins in a similar situation. And you'll see in the mixed classification events, swimmers nominate an assistant to help them prepare for the starts or to help them during the race. And so Harvey Phillips gets assistance to help him prepare for the start. So men's multi-classification 50 metres breaststroke. And Harvey Phillips' time this morning was 1:02.46. So once again, it's breaststroke, and it's not compulsory to breathe every stroke. Harvey breathes every 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the breath. And no danger really of the head dipping under the water for an entire cycle, because well, he keeps his head above the water the whole time. And like I say, Harvey's time this morning, 1:02.46, which wasn't far outside his personal best. So if he can swim faster than this morning, we might even get close to a PB, and that would be a really good thing to do on this stage. 15 metres to go here for Harvey Phillips. And now we get to the last 10 metres, still breathing every 4 strokes. Into the last 5 then, as we get to the red part of the lane ropes. 1:02.46 his time this morning. Is he going to beat that? Here we go, he reaches for the wall. It's 1:01.98. Half a second quicker, 422 points for the SB3 class. And once again, I think that's a job done. We'll get confirmation of the time. 1:01.98. That will come up in a moment. Not far outside Harvey's personal best. He has swum just under 1:01 in the past, so performing right up there. 422 points that swim was worth. Our next final, men's 13s and 14 years, 100 metres butterfly. So we're age group finals next on the schedule. Well, Brodie, that's, as we saw, pretty tough to swim alone there. Generally, in your experience, how supportive are the swimmers and the people around the pool? You know, we all got behind Claire and Harvey there, of course, to spur them on. As a sport, you know, what's the general feeling that your teammates and everybody getting behind you when you get in and try to perform?
Yeah, no, you know, I feel like a lot of athletes have a lot of respect, you know, especially if it's someone by themselves, or most commonly it's probably a swim off, so it might be 2 athletes going head to head, and those sometimes turn out to be the best races. You know, a lot of people get behind of it, and the atmosphere, you know, generated in most arenas is crazy, and, you know, just really good to be in that kind of atmosphere. I mean, no one really wants to be in a swim off, do they? So the more that people can get behind you, the more you feel, you know, yeah, this is a race, you know, I'm ready for it, sort of thing.
You've not been in a swim off for a 400 IM?
No, I've been in a swim off for a 200 back, which, you know, still not great, but yeah, you know, that was at a European Championship, so luckily I had the field around me, and yeah, managed to just clinch it. So yeah.
And that support makes a difference.
Exactly.
Sure does. On to the 100 metres butterfly age group finals. Men's 13s and 14s. James Biddick in lane 0 for Exeter City. Damien Frashett-Krieger for City of Southampton. Lane 2, Toby Hodgson for Leatherhead. Lane 3, Nikolai Cisnet for City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Xander Tovey for Millfield. Lane 5, Benjamin Beale, Northumberland and Durham Performance. Lane 6, Patrick Perchicina for Eastbourne. Lane 7, Austin Manley for Repton. Lane 8, Rock Vela Obiols for Millfields. And lane 9, Robert Shipley for Middlesbrough. 2 lengths to the pool, Butterfly. Fastest time in the heats this morning, Xander Tovey, 58.7. We got 4 of these swimmers under 60 seconds in the heats. It would be nice to get more than 4 under 60, I think, in the final. And to win this, I think you've got to be going 58 point something. Could they go quicker than that? Here we go.
I think it's going to be all eyes on Xander Tovey here. I actually just recently found out that he stole a Millfield record off me in the 100 back. He's a quality fly swimmer, quality backstroker, and he did 4 AM yesterday as well. So maybe he's a fan of me, who knows?
And what was that record, do you remember?
I'm pretty sure it's 100 back for 15 and under, and he's 14, so pretty impressive. And I think I was a 57 high,
right.
And Xander Tovey, I think he went 57.4 earlier in the week, so really impressive swim.
Big turn there from Tovey, but also a big turn in lane 3 for Nikolai Cisne. But now Tovey coming through, and 3 lanes from the top here. Austin Manley looking good. Well, you've got to be swimming this final in 58 something to win it, maybe even quicker than that, and Austin Manley might be going quicker than that. It's Austin Manley who's going to win this one ahead of Tovey. 57.21. We got 3 swimmers under 58 seconds, and we got 7 under 60. Austin Manley of Repton winning that one. The first time he has swum under 60 seconds. He had a PB this morning with 60.46. And then in the final 3 seconds quicker than that. Second medal of these championships for Austin Manley. He had a bronze in the 200 metres free. Xander Tovey, 57.61, quicker than the heats. Nikolai Cisne, 57.99, first time under 60 seconds this morning.
Yeah, Austin looked happy there. He gave his, I assume his coach a little fist bump in the air, and, you know, little nod of the head, a little shrug. It's interesting to see, you know, especially the men 16 and under, they like to do their celebrations, don't they?
They do. We've got that coming up in 2 races' time. Well, you say 16 and under. We've got another one now, of course, men's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly. And here come our finalists next.
Yeah, no, looking forward to seeing what the celebration will be for this one. Cool, calm and collected, or nice, I don't know, lane splash or something like that. That'll be interesting to see.
The gauntlet's throwdown. If you win, show us how you feel. We like to see, we like to know what it means to you. We like to get an idea of what kind of emotions you are feeling when you touch the wall first and you look at the clock and see you've not just won the race, you've done an amazing time. That's sort of a double achievement when that comes off. On to the men's 15 years 100 metres butterfly final next, and well, we've got in front of us here the rundown of the finalists, and every single qualifier for the final here under 60 seconds, and the spread between them, Samuel Sutcliffe the fastest qualifier, 56.6, so this is going to be a pretty even race across the pool.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, but you know, in the previous heat we had someone out in lane 6 winning it, so equally, any of these guys in the outside lanes, you know, all it takes is one good performance and you could be in amongst medals. So, but I think obviously eyes on lane 4, who was under 57, 56.6, Samuel Sutcliffe. Yeah, all eyes on him to see if he can replicate that.
Here come the finalists then for the men's 15 years 100 metres butterfly. Lane 0, Jensen Owen, City of Sheffield. Lane 1, Daniel Coda Verde, Stockport Metro. Lane 2, Thomas Woofenden, City of Leeds. Lane 3, Colton Dorfeld for Millfield. Lane 4, Samuel Sutcliffe for Ramsbottom. Lane 5, Ethan Soppit-Moss for Corby. Lane 6, James Kilpatrick, Carnegie. Lane 7, Jose Rodriguez for Millfield. Lane 8, Toby Nakamura Drew for Plymouth Leander, and that huge support. And lane 9, Thomas Wales for Nova Centurion.
Yeah, it's pretty good support considering they've probably had to do the furthest driving, I think. Maybe City Aberdeen challenging that. Not too sure of my geography skills, but I'm pretty sure Plymouth's a big drive.
Hang on a minute, we had a swimmer who trains in Florida early on in this session.
Yeah, that's more than a big drive, it's a big flight, isn't it? But yeah, I'm pretty sure Carnegie's that's near Stirling Way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Yeah, a lot of people from far and wide.
And all coming together to compete in this final. Men's 15 years, 100 metres butterfly. Here we go then, the men's 15 years flying in lane 5. Ethan Soppit-Moss getting off to a really good start in the yellow cap with a black stripe for Corby. 3 lanes from the top, Jose Rodriguez looking good as well in the white cap for Millfield. Now I think Jose Rodriguez might actually get to the wall first, no, second just behind Soppit-Moss. Then the big turns, and we swim for home here with Ethan Soppit-Moss out in front at the moment, and Samuel Sutcliffe in lane 4 coming back hard. Sutcliffe with 56.6 in the heat, Soppit-Moss with 57.2, and in third it's Colton Dorfeld for Millfield. These 3 are going to be the medalists. Soppit-Moss looks like he might hold on it, but it's all on the last stroke. 56.52, 56.59, then Dorfeld in 57.38, and it really was one of those sprints at the last 5 metres where the swimmers were sort of half a stroke apart, and you knew it could be close. Soppit-Moss, he's just seen the result and he's delighted with that 56.52, another PB, 3/4 of a second quicker than his heat time.
Yeah, on the 100 fly, it's really important just to hold form. You know, we saw the 50 fly swimmers earlier, and we spoke about how not putting too much power down, not slipping the water. And on that second 50, it's so easy to get tired and start slipping and losing that momentum. But yeah, Ethan Soppit-Moss held the water really strong there and held his technique.
Personal best for all 3 medalists there once again, which is great to see. Upping their game, taking things up a notch in this evening session, and those sort of swims, I think they're pretty inspirational for people still to come. I think we see, you know, PBs and brilliant swims lead to more PBs and brilliant swims.
Yeah, I mean, Max Morgan putting down his 2:12. You saw all the other, I know we keep going on about it, but it's a great swim, but all the other finals afterwards, I mean, the performance leveled up, because, you know, seeing someone go a good time before you think, oh God, you know, I need to replicate that or beat that. So yeah, it just raises the performance again.
Next up is the men's 16 years 100 metres butterfly final, and if you're going to win this one, well, you've got to be swimming under 55 seconds. We had a couple of swimmers in the heats who did just that, so that's what we're looking for, and all 10 finalists got under 58 this morning, under 58 seconds. So that's all pretty impressive stuff. And the men's 16 years will be our next final for 100 metres butterfly.
Yeah, the men's 100 fly on the world stage is starting to move on. You know, it it wasn't long ago in London where Michael Phelps won in a 51 point, and that wouldn't even get you a final on the international stage now. So yeah, it's moving on, and you can tell that from 16-year-olds going 54. You know, it's quality swimming, quality.
Here come our finalists. Lane 0, Theodore Rogers for Worcester. Lane 1, Ryan Hardy for Mount Kelly. Lane 2, Llewellyn Porter, Camden Swiss Cottage. Lane 3, Harry Chandler, the Royal Wolverhampton School. Lane 4, Abdul-Jabbar Adama for Mount Kelly. Lane 5, Dean Fern for Aberdeen Dolphins. Lane 6, Ralph Serecki for Mount Kelly. Lane 7, Joshua Shepherd for Thurrock. Lane 8, Eamon Jaridi, the Royal Wolverhampton School. And lane 9, Matthew Just, City of Leeds. Our two fastest qualifiers, Abdul-Jabbar Adama and Dean Fern, under 55 seconds, as you saw with the times there. And the rest of the swimmers, 56 and above. So we'd expect those two to be out in front, but maybe someone can go with them. Let's see. Lanes 4 and 5, then the real focus at the start, and they both got good starts there, Adama and Fern. And Fern has got the high stroke rate, and he's really sprinting out down this first 50.
Yeah, Adama's got a lot of strength though, so I think, especially with the lower rate, he's definitely going to come back pretty strong on the second 50, especially if he's got a good turn. We'll see here.
Fern ahead of Adama, those two already clear of the rest. Shepherd was third at the turn in lane 7. We'll focus now on this race for the gold medal, because it's really interesting. Dean Fern and now Adama fighting back with the strength that Brodie Williams was telling us about, and Adama goes into first place and he's up to his stroke rate. Dean Fern is trying to respond here. I think the bronze medals between lanes 2 and 3, that's Llewellyn Porter and Harry Chandler, but Adama is going to win the gold, 54.23. Dean Fern the silver, 54.99. Abdul-Jabbar Adama absolutely delighted with that. 54.23, another personal best. The perfect combination, PB and gold medal.
Yeah, I think that's the best celebration of the 100 fly so far, definitely. Let out a scream, splash of water, yeah, good one. But 54.2, well deserved, and you know, it was a 2-horse race it looked like, but you know, Adama just, you know, that second 50 used his strength to its advantage and just sort of started to blow them apart.
Harry Chandler 55.5, and in fourth place there was Llewellyn Porter. Credit to both of those, under 56 seconds. They are good swims for both of those swimmers. Well, that was an exciting race, and we've got more to come now. Another 100 metres butterfly for men. This is the 17 years category. Lane 0, Sam Smith for Skipton. In lane 1, Miles Kinlan for City of Sheffield. Lane 2, Dennis Miałkowski, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Lane 3, Dion Edwards, Nofio Gwynedd Performance. Lane 4, Jack Brown, fastest qualifier by some distance. Lane 5, Chung Si Duan for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Lane 6, Isaac Buchan for Northumberland and Durham Performance. Lane 7, Giulio Migliorina for Camden Swiss Cottage. Lane 8, Ben Gooch for Worcester. And lane 9 is Thomas Parrott for Mount Kelly. Ben Gooch in lane 8 was promoted to the final with a withdrawal. So He swims in lane 8. And Jack Brown in the heat swam 54.32. We really had some fast heats this morning in the men's 100 metres butterfly. Maybe someone can come through here and give Jack Brown a race. Men's 17-year-old 100 metre butterfly final. Well, I think we might have a full start there in lane 6. Isaac Buchan definitely moved before the signal, unless I'm mistaken about which swimmer it was.
Yeah, it was definitely a long hold, but you know, if you go, twitch a little bit, it's going to cost you. So.
And the way we work now in swimming, it's one full start. If you do a full start, you are disqualified. You will swim, but you will find out at the end whether or not you have been allowed to record your time, and that's going to be playing on Isaac Buchan's mind now. You can be sure of that while he's swimming. Lane 4, Jack Brown out in front. Chungti Duan in lane 2, trying to hang on to him here and be dragged towards a really good time, measuring himself stroke for stroke. 2 lanes from the bottom here. Miles Kinlan looks like he might be on for the bronze medal for the city of Sheffield. The gold medal's definitely going to Jack Brown. What will the time be here? 54.69, Chungti Duan 55.61, and Miles Kinlan did get the bronze, 56.07. Jack Brown's 54.69, just outside his personal best, which he swam this morning. And Chungti Duan 55.61 for second, also just outside his PB, but it was quicker than he swam in the heats. Miles Kinlan in third, 56.07 with a personal best there. Jack Brown getting under 55 seconds again. So he is the gold medal winner in the men's 17 years 100 metres butterfly. Silver to Chungti Duan and bronze to Miles Kinlan. Everybody in that final swam under 57.5. Now it's the men's 18 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. Now we might have a delay here because of the possible check over a full start, I guess, but we did see the result come through and confirmed, and I didn't see a disqualification marked on there, so maybe not for Isaac Buchan. His time would stand.
Got to go with, in lane 5 in the upcoming heat, Brodie Gordon Gibson. He's my money on, and there's no particular reason why that is, but...
Other than the fact that you like his given name.
Yes, of course.
One Brodie supporting another Brodie. Okay, men's 18 years and over 100 metre butterfly final. Luke Ibsen in lane 0. Have you got a Vuvuzela ready for Brodie Gordon Gibson, by the way? Ruben Robertson Keating in lane 1 for Loughborough University. Lane 2, Thomas Bealey for University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 3, Nicholas Finch for Chelsea and Westminster. Lane 4, Jamie Robertson, University of Stirling. Brodie Gordon Gibson there for Edinburgh University in lane 5. Brian Leong for Chelsea and Westminster in 6, and another Chelsea and Westminster swimmer in lane 7. This is, well, that's Brian Leong. Henry Gray is the next Chelsea and Westminster swimmer. Then in 8, Callum Rose for Edinburgh University, and another Edinburgh University swimmer in 9, Tom Robertson. Ever swum a final next to a teammate?
Yeah, I have. You know, it can be, you know, I mean, look, we've got 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. So,
lane 0, 1, lanes 6, 7, and lanes 8, 9.
It depends whether you're friends or not. You know, if you're enemies, then it's more motivation. But yeah, I'm sure if you're friends, I'm sure there's quite good lads banter down there in the cool room. And yeah, I'm sure it's just a good laugh, and you know, ultimately who comes on top, Might have bragging rights for a day, but I'm sure it'll be forgotten soon.
The men's 18 years and over 100 metres butterfly final then. Two of these swimmers went under 54 seconds in the heats. Jamie Robertson in lane 4 and Brodie Gordon-Gibson, who's got somebody up here in the commentary booth cheering for him. Here we go, here's the final. Good start in lane 6 for Brian Leong, and even better in lane 4 for Jamie Robertson. Leong and Robertson out in front with Brodie Gordon-Gibson in third at the moment in lane 5.
We got Tom Bealey out in lane 2. He's a really, really quality 200 fly swimmer. He actually came second at British trials, so keep an eye on him for the second 50.
Third from the bottom of our screens there, and look at that, lane 2, he's got a massive turn as well there. Thomas Bealey still underwater, here he comes. Came up there on 15 metres and he right up level with everybody else at the head of the race here. So in lane 4, Jamie Robertson, lane 6, Brian Leong. Thomas Bealey's actually slipped behind now, but it's lane 3 now coming through strongly. Nicholas Finch, who looks like he could get a medal. Into the wall we come. It's lane 4, Jamie Robertson, lane 3, Nicholas Finch, lane 6, Brian Leong. They're the medal winners, all under 54 seconds. Brodie Gordon-Gibson got 4th with 53.89. Our winner there in 53.02. Jamie Robertson setting a new personal best, knocking 4 100s off his previous best. Nicholas Finch 53.41, that's a PB. Brian Leong with 53.47, just outside his previous best.
Yeah, no, shame for Brodie slipping out in 4th, but yeah, I'm sure that's a quality swim for him. Just like to talk about, yeah, I mean, that's something to highlight. The doubles in the Chelsea Westminster 2nd and 3rd, 7th and 8th for Loughborough Uni, and 9th and 10th for Edinburgh.
There's no bragging rights, is there, if you finish side by side? Maybe, well, Nicholas Finch beat his teammate by 6 100ths of a second, and Luke Ibbotson by, 7 100ths of a second, and then at the bottom, a bit more of a gap between Callum Rose and Tom Robertson.
I'm sure they went over to the lane rope and shook their hand and were polite about it. I'm sure there's no winding up going on.
Yeah, incredible. So we had all those swimmers swimming next to each other, and well, so close on the touch. So
I was going to say, from this 100 fly is obviously quite a fun event. This is a race plan from Dave McNulty himself. I thought I'd chuck it in there just because it is funny. His race plan is to go out as hard as you can and then try and catch everyone up. So, especially for someone like me.
Okay, next we've got a mixed classification final, women's 50 metres backstroke. And we have 2 swimmers in this race. And they are both British record holders in their classification. So they'll be swimming against the clock here and trying to lay down really good performances. We'll introduce the athletes in a moment as we get ready then for our next final. Still to come on the programme, we've got the relays to finish off tonight's offering, I guess. And that's going to be really exciting right at the end. It's the men's 4x100 freestyles. We'll have 2 of those finals. And they get really frantic, of course. And we'll have so many swimmers involved. And of course, during those relays, we'll have all those supporters up there in the stands getting behind their athletes. Mixed classifications coming up next, and then relays. We're just getting everything ready here in the arena. And looking around, getting our cameras to scour the stands, see who we can embarrass, see who's here watching, of course, as well. You know, you never know who's here watching. Swimmers putting their head around the door, keeping an eye on other swimmers' performances, their friends' performances. Everybody lending their support to those swimmers performing in the pool. Officials we're looking at here. These events don't happen without their support, of course. Volunteers make our sport really happen. People who give their time. Everybody helping the athletes, making these kind of events possible. And, well, Brodie, you were telling us yesterday, weren't you, that you always feel that this is a great end-of-season event and a chance to really celebrate what's happened in the year gone by.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coming to nationals since I was, 11 onwards, and for me this was like the event to go to. Like growing up, it is the one that you look forward to at the end of the year. And like we were mentioning, during the medal ceremonies, it's photos like that you put on your Instagram saying, look, I'm national champion. It's almost like that. I guess the clout you get from it, kind of, and it's something that you really look forward to and enjoy. And medalling is one of the highlights of the year at nationals and stuff like this. So yeah, it's really, really always greatly put on, and yeah, we couldn't do it without the officials and volunteers. So thank you to them. Yeah.
And of course the coaches as well. We don't really get to see much of them, mostly because they're on this side of the pool. They're in the stands with the athletes, and I can tell you when I walk around, the coaches are there, they're talking to the athletes, they're helping them with their preparations, their activations to get ready for their swims, they're talking to their athletes and helping them get in the right mental space for their race, plan their races, all of that absolutely crucial. Everybody trying to help all of the swimmers fine-tune everything and get every last drop they can out of their performance when they perform in the pool.
Yeah, the coaches are great. All of them do their jobs, so well. And, some of them will be up here for 2 weeks. And, I feel like that gets underappreciated. They're here looking after a wide group of swimmers. And, yeah, massive thank you to them.
Absolutely. We second that. We're going to have a medal ceremony next, so I'll hand you over to that and we'll be back in the pool in a moment.
The medals will be presented by Aquatics GB Field of Play volunteer Naomi Harvey. Bronze medalist representing the City of Glasgow, Nikolai Cisnet. Silver medalist representing Millfield, Xander Tovey. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing Repton, Austin Manley. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 15 years 100 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist representing Millfield, Colton Dorfeld. Silver medalist representing Ramsbottom, Samuel Sutcliffe. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing Corby, Ethan Soppit-Moss. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men 16 years, 100 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist representing the Royal Wolverhampton School, Harry Chandler. Silver medalist representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Dean Fern. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing Mount Kelly, Abdul Jabbar Adama. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Medal ceremony for the men's 17 years, 100 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist representing the city of Sheffield, Miles Kinlan. Silver medalist representing Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson, Chenge Juan. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion representing Plymouth Leander, Jack Brown. Please put your hands together for your medalists. That wraps up our medal ceremony. Shortly, we'll be getting into the women's multi-classification 50 meters backstroke.
Welcome back. We're sorry the stream was interrupted. I can assure you haven't missed any action. We haven't been able to have any action in the pool. There was a technical problem that's affected a lot of things here, which we will expect to see fixed now. So hopefully that means we can get back to the finals very shortly. I was so tempted, Brody, you know, to come back on there and say, what a great race that was.
Or something like, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.
No, you haven't missed anything, I promise you. I promise you. Here we go then, the next final on our schedule. It's the women's mixed classification 50 metres backstroke. Lane 4 for City of Cambridge, Claire Connon. And lane 5 for Clacton, Ellie Chalice. We're at the other end of the pool to start this 50 metres backstroke, the 50 metre start end, because we always finish at the same end. 50 metres backstroke. We've got the wedges in lane 5 that we mentioned before, but perhaps we can have a chat about those, Brody, because now we can see them in our shots. So what is it like? What do you get in the water there?
It's almost like a slab of plastic, and it's got these little dots on them, so you almost like I guess like generate friction. If you've rubbed against it, it'd almost feel like really like bitty sandpaper. So you can obviously perch your feet on it, and you can actually get grip, because obviously it is in the water, it's going to be wet and slippy. So the little dots obviously provide you a little bit of grip, and obviously the whole aim of the game is to almost do a back dive off of it.
Mixed classification 50 metre backstroke final. Two swimmers, Claire Connon in lane 4 S4 classification, and Ellie Chalice in lane 5 S3 classification. So the times that were set in the heats this morning by these two swimmers were for Ellie Chalice 53.84, that was a PB, and for Claire Connon 51.75. Claire in the lead here. Claire Connon is the British record holder on this 50-metre backstroke event, and well, she wasn't an awful long way behind that British record this morning. So we've got two swimmers here giving each other a little bit of motivation, which is really good. And Claire Connon passing the 15-metre mark, 15 metres to go. Then we get to the flags for the last 5 metres. Claire Connon then 51.75 this morning. She's got a PB of 50.56. It's going to be very close to that British record. 50.76, just 0.2 of a second out. And Ellie Chalice 53.93. But the important thing there is the points totals, 8.44 and 8.62. And those times, world class, above 800 points is a really excellent performance. So both of those swimmers really doing very well there. Ellie Chalice will be going to the Paralympics in Paris. She's on the team. And as I keep mentioning, almost everybody on the Paralympics GB swim team is here competing this week. And we move on now to our 4x100 metres freestyle relay finals. So we've got to get together our whole group of swimmers to compete in these races. 40 swimmers, 4 per team across the 10 lanes, which will take a little while for us to get organised. We talked about relays briefly yesterday, didn't we, Brodie? You'd be a medley relay swimmer, I guess, most of the time?
Yeah, so the unfortunate thing for me is that as a medley swimmer, I'd only do the backstroke, so essentially I'm just doing a normal 100 backstroke. There's no relay element to me apart from when I finish a race, I can literally watch someone dive over the top of me. But, growing up with Millfield, I was part of the 4x2 relays, 4x1 relays as well, and it's just a load of fun. That's what I would say to all these swimmers taking part. Enjoy it. I get there's the whole element of trying to do the best for your team, but it should be fun. These relays are for fun. Just enjoy it.
Well, we're getting lots of noise generated here inside the venue, getting everybody ready to enjoy these finals. In the 14 to 16 years men's, there are the team for City of Liverpool: Joseph Ashley, Ethan Kelly, Dylan Maddock and George Dainton. For City of Leeds A, Gabriel Shepherd, Daniel Ransom, Matthew Justin, Patrick Neal. For Chelsea and Westminster A, Aslan Ela, Max Stafford Davis, Daniel Streltsov and Santino Del Real. For Millfield School A, Jose Rodriguez, Wilfred Lee, Rock Vela Obiols and Ruben Alti. Lane 4 for Mount Kelly A, Ben Uff, Ralph Sorecki, Alessandro D'Onofrio and Abdul Jabbar Adama. Lane 5 for Wickham District, Zach Sheriff, Rufus Perry, Marcus Hay and Monty Smith. Lane 6, City of Cardiff A. We didn't have City of Cardiff A. We've got Repton A. This is Harry Mill, Martin Yankoff, Joe Helps and Austin Manley. What happened there? I don't know. We'll see. Lane 8, City of Peterborough. And we haven't got City of Peterborough. And lane 9, well, that's not Camden Swiss Cottage. That's Repton. From lane 7, Harry Neal, Martin Yankoff, Joe Helps and Austin Manley. I told you it was difficult to get the 40 swimmers ready for this final.
Yeah, it's a lot of people to organise. Just let them all go, let them all walk out. There you go, they're all coming now.
Right, so we got lane 8 there with City of Peterborough. They are there. Joshua Sackley, Rufus Bennett, Jack Swindale and Orlando Deering. Okay, I think we've got all the teams now.
Yeah,
I think we can have a race. I think we can have a final.
I I'm just going to highlight something straight off the bat. Gabriel Shepherd leading off the leads. There's no doubt he's touching first. He 49 earlier in the week, so yeah, eyes on the clock for that one again. Great lead-off leg for them, and hopefully he can put them in medal contention.
The final then of the men's 14 to 16 years 4x100 metres freestyle relay. Here we go. So Gabriel Shepherd 2 lanes from the bottom, and he's in the lead already. He's 3/4 of a body length up before we even get to the 25-metre mark.
Look at that technique of his breathing. I mentioned it when he did his 100 free, but you know, he's barely lifting his head at all. He's really close to the surface, and yeah, as streamlined as he can be on freestyle. 24.0, wow, very quick.
Incredible. And then the big underwaters off the turn. Let's not forget 3 lanes from the top going well for Repton A, Harry Milne. And then at the bottom of our picture, lane 0, Joseph Ashley for City of Liverpool A. And in a blue cap, 3 lanes from the bottom, Aslan Ela for Chelsea and Westminster A. And as you said, Gabriel Shepherd, what's the time going to be there? Wow. 49.61 for the lead-off leg.
I mean, that's a team member that you want in your team, isn't it? You know, if you could choose any of them swimmers, I'm sure it would be him. But yeah, great idea putting them on the lead off, because now they've got no wash and they're actually giving some of these swimmers behind them a lot of wash. You can see the waves coming from that City of Leeds swimmer.
Daniel Ransom, yep.
He's actually predominantly a breaststroker, so interested to see how he does on this freestyle leg.
Turning second there, Repton A with Martin Yankoff, and third in lane 4, Ralph Sorecki for Mount Kelly A. No doubt about our leaders. Look at this, Daniel Ransom for City of Leeds A. A different technique here, rising much higher as he breathes, much higher than we saw from Gabriel Shepherd. Next in for City of Leeds A will be Matthew Just. Lane 7, Martin Yankoff for Repton A, second there, handing over to Joe Helps. And in third there, at the takeover, Millfield School A, and they're bringing in Wilfred Lee, who's impressed us already this week.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's some big guys on the anchor here, especially Mount Kelly. We've got Adama Al-Jabbar. Sorry if I butchered that. But yeah, no, he literally just won the 100 flies. So yeah, definitely got a lot of power coming in on the back anchor.
Way out in front then, City of Leeds A with Matthew Just, and he'll be handing over at the final takeover to Patrick Neal. And look at this in lane 4, coming through so strongly, Mount Kelly A with Alessandro D'Onofrio. What a leg he swum there. He's going to hand over now to Abdul-Jabbar Adama. In he goes. And then in third place, well, it's anybody's race there for bronze at the moment between lanes 3, 7 and 5. Millfield School, Repton A and Wickham District.
Yeah, Leeds have been gifted the lead, but it's whether they can hold on. It's looking like Mount Kelly are closing, but I think they'll have it in the end. I think they'll have it.
4 metres or so the difference at the final turn. Patrick Neal with almost a 2-second lead there, and we're looking at the splits, and really impressive times being set right across the pool. Abdul-Jabbar Adama is trying to close the gap, but Patrick Neal's holding him off. It's going to be a goal for City of Leeds A, surely. Adama's really trying to accelerate. He's giving it absolutely everything, but he's not going to catch him. Patrick Neal gets there, 3:31.21, 3:31.61 for silver. And Millfield School in lane 3 got 3:33.42. Ruben Alti with a great final leg there as well for Millfield. They are the medal-winning teams. What a final leg! What a race, really. City of Leeds A out there with Gabriel Shepherd, and now we'll get the team together to really celebrate their victory.
That's a great example of racecraft. You know, putting their best guy out in front, giving them the lead, and they just held on to it. You know, I know it's tight in the end, and obviously Mount Kelly put their strong swimmers at the back end, which was probably the best way for them because they were in the central lanes. But yeah, great swim from the City of Leeds team, and congratulations.
Absolutely. What a race that was. That final leg, absolutely thrilling. And really, from beginning to end, a fascinating race. Brilliant swims, and above all else, hopefully everybody had fun swimming that race.
Yeah, relays are about having fun, especially at this level. It's about, look at that lead celebration, getting on the lane rope, holding his hat up. Yeah, do it for the team, do it for your teammates, but yeah, it's about having fun, enjoying racing with the team. And yeah, here's the next race.
Yep, it's the men's 17 years and over 4x100 metre freestyle relay. If you thought the last race was good, have a look at this one. City of Cardiff A with Evan Davis, Harley James, Samuel McCarthy and Jack Knight. In lane 1, Millfield School A, Thomas Watkin, George Snow, Adam Graham and Alexander Sargent. Lane 2, Stirling University, Charlie Poole, Aaron Ulkers, Henry Baker and Jamie Robertson for them. Lane 3, Swansea University, Dan Jones, Sebastian Roars, Matt Burton and Josh Williams. Here comes the roar for Plymouth Leander A. Aidan Simons, Brown, Matthew Hamilton, Leon Molam and Freddie Ashley Sparks. Lane 5, City of Leeds A. Jordan Cooley, Matt Rooney, Rory Taylor, Charlie Broom. Lane 6, Loughborough University, Calvin Fry, Harry Robinson, Luke Iverson and Ruben Robottom Keating. A change in their order because Calvin Fry's been swimming the last legs. For Newcastle in lane 7, Harry Nicholson, Matthew Cairns, Josh Denham and Angelo Gianni Contini. Chelsea and Westminster A, lane 8, Nicholas Finch, Ethan Lim, Brian Leong and Henry Gray. And another big roar here for lane 9. The Vuvuzelas for City of Sheffield, Samuel Greenbank, Rowan Smith, Richard Nagy and Ben Cope. The final of the men's 17 years and over 4x100 metres freestyle relay. I'm getting too excited. It's going to be a big race, this one.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a few head-to-heads on this first leg. Dan Jones and Jordan Cooley, they had a head-to-head in the Open 100 freestyle earlier this week, so that'll be interesting to see. And Calvin Fry, I don't think he was in that 100 freestyle, but he's definitely within contention of them two, so it'll be interesting to see who touches first after that first 100.
I might have been remembering another relay with Calvin Fry on the last leg, but really performing well for Loughborough. Here we go. 4x100 metres freestyle relay for men 17 years and over. So you've got your eyes on lane 3 and 5, have you here? That's lane 3, Dan Jones for Swansea University and Jordan Cooley for City of Leeds A.
Yeah, no, definitely. They were very tight on that 100 freestyle individual. I think if Dan Jones maybe shaved his moustache, he might have actually got the touch, but I wonder if he's still got it.
It's all about those fine details. They're the first two to the wall. Cooley getting there first in 23.42, Jones in 23.56. And they both had good turns to get away from the rest of the field. It's probably just Dan Jones for Swansea, but now Jordan Cooley, as we get into the last 15, maybe moving ahead, and there are some pretty good swims going on elsewhere. Lane 6, Calvin Fry for Loughborough, and in lane 1 as well for Millfield School A, Thomas Watkin. First in then, City of Leeds A, 49.44 was the first 100 time there for Jordan Cooley, and now it's Matt Rooney for City of Leeds A, Sebastian Roars for Swansea University, and we've now got a pack of 4 out in front. Plymouth Leander A with Aidan Simons Brown in lane 4, and also up there in lane 6, Harry Robinson for Loughborough University, and now coming through as well for Millfield, George Snow in lane 2. There are 6 teams here who could win the gold medal the way it's going. But in lane 6, Harry Robinson for Loughborough University's had a really good leg there. and he hands over to Luke Ibsen. Second in, lane 1, Millfield School. Adam Graham's in there now for them. Third at the takeover were Plymouth Leander, and they've got Leon Molam swimming for them now in lane 4.
Looks like Sheffield's been recruiting their swimmers, because at the top there's Richard Nagy, who I actually know as a, correct me if I'm wrong, but Slovenian international swimmer. So clearly bringing in some good athletes for the relay. Hopefully it's good enough to get them in medal contention.
In the lead now, lane 6, Luke Ibsen for Loughborough University. Second, lane 4, Plymouth Leander A with Leon Molam. And third, I would say at the moment, Millfield School with Adam Graham, but there are other teams coming up now. On to the final leg. And for Loughborough University, it's Ruben Robotham Keating. For Plymouth Leander, it's Freddie Ashley Sparks. For Millfield A, Alexander Sargent. And look at them go here. Robotham Keating. Look at the speed being generated by his legs. Look how hard he's kicking. Look at the spray that's coming off of Ruben Robotham Keating here.
Yeah, he's a top quality swimmer, and he's good at distance events as well, so don't expect him to die. He trains with Dan Whiffen at altitude camps all the time, so I know he's got top quality endurance on him.
Plymouth Leander coming through here with Freddie Ashley Sparks. I don't think he can catch our Loughborough University leader though. And also coming steaming through looking for the bronze medal, Millfield with Alexander Sargent, or is it going to be Stirling with Jamie Robertson at the touch there? Millfield just. Loughborough get the gold, 320.5. Plymouth Leander, 321.56 for second. Millfield score by 0.15, get the bronze. And Ruben Robotham Keating, well, he got the job done. I think that's what he was saying there. Unbelievable. He went to his feet from the moment he dived in there, Ruben Robotham Keating.
Yeah, no, he did a good job there for the team, and yeah, no, great performance from Loughborough all round. Calvin Fry led off in a great time, and Ruben anchored in a great time, and the two in the middle just did their job, and their job was stay in contention, put Ruben in a good position, and Ruben did the job, so great performance.
We've got medal ceremonies to come then before the end of this session. Before we go to those, what have you thought about this meet and the swimming so far that we've seen at the Aquatics GB Summer Championships?
Well, you know, obviously I've been on the commentary for the last 2 days, well, today and yesterday, and yeah, it's great. You know, I remember competing here when I was 11, 12, like I've said, and, you know, for me it was everything, and, you know, I'm lucky to have had a successful career, and I'm very fortunate to even be in the commentary. I mean, look at that for a full 360, you know, competing at 11, you know, aiming for medals, got my first medal at 14 at Nationals, competed at the Olympics, and now I'm full circle on the commentary team, commentating on Nationals, the event I used to love, so crazy story.
It's great to have you along. It's been brilliant for you giving us your insight and all the things you've been able to point out for us. I'm sure everybody watching the stream has really appreciated that, so thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon. Brodie Williams, brilliant. I'll come back to you after the medal ceremony and I'll ask you for your performance of the night, maybe 2 or 3 performances of the night. Let's have the medal ceremonies next though.
Swimmers, following the medal presentations for the relays, we will present the 18 years and over 100 meters butterfly medal ceremony. So if you are a medalist from the 18 years and over 100 meters butterfly ceremony, please do stick around so that we can present you with your medals after the relay presentations. The medal ceremony for the women's multi-classification 50 meters backstroke. The medals are being presented by Alan Lynn, Aquatics GB Head of Performance. Gold medalist and British Summer Champion, representing Clacton, Ellie Chalice. Please put your hands together for your medalist. The medal ceremony for the men's 14-16 years 4x100 meters freestyle relay. Bronze medalists, Millfield School A. Represented by Jose Rodriguez. Wilfred Lee. Rock Bella Obios. And Ruben Alti. Silver medalists, Mount Kelly A. Represented by Ben Uff. Ralph Sariki. Alessandro De Onofrio. And Abdul Jabbar Adama. Gold medalists and British Summer Champions, the City of Leeds A. Represented by Gabriel Shepherd. Daniel Ransom. Matthew Just. And Patrick Neal. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 17 years and over 4x100 meters freestyle relay. Bronze medalists, Millfield School A. Represented by Thomas Watkin, George Snow, Adam Graham. And Alexander Sargent. Silver medalists, Plymouth Leander A. Represented by Aidan Simmons Brown. Matthew Hamilton. Leon Mowlam. And Freddie Ashley Sparks. Gold medalists and British summer champions, Loughborough University. Represented by Calvin Fry. Harry Robinson. Luke Ibbison. And Ruben Robotham Keating. Please put your hands together for your medalists. The medal ceremony for the men's 18 years and over 100 meters butterfly. Bronze medalist, representing Chelsea and Westminster, Brian Leon. Silver medalist, representing Chelsea and Westminster, Nicholas Finch. Gold medalist and British summer champion, representing the University of Stirling, Jamie Robertson. Please put your hands together for your medalists. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us across day 5 of the Speedo Aquatics GB Summer Championship.
Well, it's been a great session of finals, hasn't it, Brody? I think some fantastic swims.
Yeah, no, highlights obviously, we'll start off with the obvious one. The one that we've spoken about the most tonight is Max Morgan. And we also had, I always forget his name, Philip Nowacki.
That's what I say. I have heard people say Nowacki.
Yeah, Nowacki, yeah. No, top quality swims in the 200 breast. And you can see, obviously, I think the men's senior level, British level, have obviously inspired the next generation, clearly, because it's great to see so many juniors coming through in just one event. That's just one event. I mean, the breaststroke alone has been dominated at this junior meet.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's 1, 2. Have you got a third performance as well for us before we go?
Yeah, I'll go for a para-athlete and one that I think many people are excited to watch in Paris, and that is Maisie Summers-Newton.
Your buddy?
Yeah, my buddy
for the Commonwealth.
Yeah, my buddy for Commonwealth Games. So yeah, I'll be cheering on my buddy. Hopefully she can get loads of medals. I mean, and pretty much every swim she does, it's either close to the British record, European record, and hopefully in Paris, who knows, world records.
Brodie Williams, it's been fantastic to have you with us. We'll be back in the morning for more heats at 8:45. This stream will begin just a couple of minutes before that. We will see you then. Thanks for watching tonight. It's been another great session of finals, and we've got more swimming to come. Fantastic performances over the next 2 days, I can promise you. We will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
We know what it takes to achieve a dream. Dedication, courage, determination, control, desire. And our goal is to channel that energy. To champion the nation's best aquatic athletes, support the teams who support them, inspire anyone and everyone to feel the benefits of a love of water, and propel each sport onwards and upwards, or even downwards, by doing it the right way, sustainably, with integrity, with purpose. Because the thrill of seeing Great Britain being great at aquatic sport is something everyone can get excited about. We are Aquatics GB.